and welcome to episode 60 of Movies and Us. I am TJ.
And I am Marcus.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning. What's the rest of it?
Sometimes.
There you go. Sometimes.
And today we're reviewing the 2008 release
No, we're not. It's a special episode. We're not reviewing that at all.
You imagine.
It's our 60th episode.
Maybe watch a movie for no reason. Psych, we're doing something else.
This is our 60th episode. It's a special episode because of 60, right?
Yeah.
Not really. It's just what fell in the orders. For today, we're doing the 2008 film, The Dark Knight.
Woohoo! Right. Oh, I want to pre-emphasize emphasis?
Pre-emphasize? Emphasis?
Is that the right word? Pre-emphasize? That doesn't sound right.
Well, you can't really pre-emphasize things. You can emphasize something, which, makes it louder or doing it, but you can't pre-make something more than it is, because it has to actually be the thing to be more than it is.
I'm going to preface this by, right?
The preface works. Perfect.
That's the word. Okay. I couldn't think of the term. I'm going to preface by saying I have a little head cold going on, so I probably sound a little nasally for you guys. I'll be coughing a few times, so just bear with us. Thankfully, TJ's running this one. I'll be sitting back, sipping on my medicine, aka some alcohol. Actually, I drank my alcohol. I got some water today. But yeah, let's do
No one gives a crap about your head cold.
I care.
All right, so I guess we.
Did you know?
What?
Oh, no, I was pulling TJ.
Okay, whatever. So, I guess we'll start with the credits to get them out of the way. This movie was directed by Christopher Nolan, because he directed the last one.
The best person to touch the Batman franchise as of this recording.
You didn't like...
visually.
You didn't like Joel Schumacher's Mr. Freeze?
No, but I was thinking where my friends and I were talking about, we're at work. Instead of just doing the Joker again, like as the new Batman series they're doing, as of this recording, couldn't they just bring, like, not the Riddler, we just say Mr. Freeze in and do like a more dramatic and more grounded, sympathetic version of that, as he is.
They could do anything they want to do.
But do you think that'd be too mystical for them?
What, Mr. Freeze? No.
Yeah.
Why would it? Mr. Freeze has just got a medical condition that doesn't allow him to be outside of cold temperatures.
But the shit he wears and his ice guns is kind of over the top sci-fi.
What? It's not like he's shooting ice out of his hands. It's a gun.
Yeah, but that doesn't exist in the real world.
It's just technology,
I know,
but you don't think things freeze all the time. You don't think people can find a way to put a freeze ray into a gun? It's not that hard.
Apparently, it's not hard. Like I said, it doesn't exist. And I know the Batman movies,
it doesn't exist because no one wants to put a freeze thing in a gun. Why would you want that?
I can guarantee you, the CIA have tried that multiple times.
There is no applications necessary for that.
It's a non-harmful way of freezing someone and then capturing them. Like they were trying to do that to Fidel Castro back in the whatever time period.
They can't unfreeze people once they're freezing because they just kill them. That's why they said
this doesn't work. It's stupid, probably.
You're right, but I'm sure they could do it, like freeze people. But what's the point of freezing them if they can't unfreeze them?
I truly don't think that technology can exist as of right now.
I think it could exist. We have computers the size of our freaking palms.
Yeah, that's different. It's a computer. Like a freeze ray is like that's science. That's like, let's make this. Granted, you can pull water out of the air easily. We have dehumidifiers and shit like that. But I think that trying to do that and convert it into icicles as you're shooting it out at someone, and then hopefully
it doesn't shoot icicles. What it would do is freeze the area around a person.
How long that will take forever to freeze someone? They have to
I didn't say it wouldn't take forever, but it's possible.
I don't think so. I think it's highly.
I think
it's possible in like the semantical, like, hey, it froze the ground kind of sense. But to properly freeze someone mid running away from you, impossible as of right now.
I think if they've been working on it and they did with computers, eventually it would get to the point where they could do it. If they just kept doing iteration after iteration of it, they could figure it out. But there's no application for it. There's no reason to do it. So why would they?
That's not a harmful way of doing crimes or
I don't know. I think freezing someone's cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
And that's against the Constitution. So
it's against the Constitution. That's fair. Like how for this new Batman, the whole question was what other villains would you bring in besides the Joker and the Riddler again? And for the villains we haven't seen on screen yet to the new Batman series, Like I said, Clayface, but I like him. But again, he's too out there to bring to the real world. So like
Well, not necessarily, because the original Clayface was just a
mafia guy, probably.
no, he wasn't. He was an actor who was
Mm.
replaced, and he just used makeup to disguise himself as other people and go and kill the actors who were replacing him in the movies because they were remaking his old movie and they didn't want him. They wanted younger
Oh,
actors.
that's
So he
fascinating.
so he went in and started killing them, but dressing up as different. You know, he has his Clayface disguise, but he could also disguise himself as other people.
See, and I think that's dark enough to fit the tone of the new. What
Well,
year are we in? 2022 Batman movie series. That could fit that tone. And I
honestly,
also think like Deathstroke and Deadshot be decent in those movies.
honestly,
Yeah.
all the fantastical stuff came much later because all of the origins that I've covered on the other podcast, the Comics Nuts podcast I do,
Hmm.
are steeped in stuff like that.
Realism and
There is no mystical reason for anything.
okay.
So all the origins are pretty much down to earth of just crazy people, essentially.
So who else would you want to see that we haven't seen truly on screen yet?
Honestly, I haven't really thought about it because Batman's got a long list of villains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A super long list. But you know who could be interesting?
Who?
The Mad Hatter.
I think we talked about this before, but who's that?
Mad Hatter's he's a guy obsessed with the Alice in Wonderland, and he uses hats to control people's minds.
So kind of how the Riddler did stuff and that whoever Joel Schumacher movie, or was it Tim Burton? Whoever did that one, that little mind hat thing.
Yeah, but he like puts like little electronical chips in it that uses like different technologies, brainwaves and stuff like that controls people's minds and makes them do things.
Now, how would you do it not so goofy and more just to fit the tone of this movie? Not this
Well,
movie, but the movie
you
2020.
don't even really you could take out the thing where the Mad Hatter is really his mania is he kidnaps girls who are like Alice in Wonderland and he's trying to recreate Alice in Wonderland essentially.
That's eerie.
Yeah, so you could pretty much just do a Alice in Wonderland themed Batman movie, which would be pretty neat.
Yeah, you could do I could definitely see that being a bizarre, dirty, feeling movie.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. But
Okay.
I don't think he's a big enough villain.
Which is good, because that's why not do something unknown and not big enough.
And another one we haven't really seen in the movies is Killer Croc.
I was going to say that too, but again, isn't that's not too mystical and like
No,
too like?
because I think that disease he has actually exists.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's fascinating.
I don't think it's like as extensive as it is. They kind of like definitely overuse it, but I
Yeah.
think that does exist in the world where you know that reptilian thing is like isn't it it's like circus attraction? There's like reptilian boys and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So those, I think that disease does exist, so it's not too far off. He just so what if a little exaggerate it.
So we could do that, and I feel like we could do like the alien-esque feel of the claustrophobia and the sores and shit like that.
Yeah, you can easily do that too.
Yeah, yeah. I was just telling him I'm tired of seeing the same old Joker, Red,
And we could do a
Catwoman. Yeah,
an actual real Poison Ivy movie where
Oh, yeah.
she's an
Yes.
actual threat.
yeah. I brought her up because she needs justice done, not that.
I mean, I would say
Abomination.
Bane because he got
Yes.
screwed over twice, but we already seen.
Luchador, a
we
true
d-
luchador.
But to be fair,
Yeah.
he did get a big budget movie. That
What,
wasn't a joke.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that wasn't really.
it wasn't great.
Bane,
It's not great, but there are
Yeah.
other characters that could really use the spotlight that don't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Just trying to think of off the top of my head. There's so many Batman villains. Like you said, Deadshot and Deathstroke would be interesting.
Yeah, because just to see
But-
Batman try and track down impossible shots and
But again, I think those movies that they would have to be like there's one of the Batman games called Batman Origin.
Yeah.
Has like eight of the most deadly assassins come to Gotham to try and take out the Batman because he's taking down crime. I think you would need to do something like that because I don't think Deadshot and Deathstroke can hold a movie all to their own.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, Like
So
they would need someone else to
they would need
tell that story.
you don't need necessarily a big name, but you would need a lot of smaller names, I think.
Yes, or have a big name like someone like the Joker who hired them to
Well,
do shit and distract from the
that's
main
what
thing.
happened in that game. It was turned
Yeah.
out the Joker did hire them all.
Yes. So do
So,
something like that. But again, I don't want the Joker in the movie. I'm so tired of the Joker.
so I mean, it all depends, really.
Okay.
Like I said, there's a million Batman villains. That's why Batman's so popular, because he's got such a large rogues gallery, and
Yeah.
a lot of them are really, really good.
They are. They are. Okay. I was just curious.
So yeah, I can't really think of anyone else off the top of my head.
I know there's a lot of mafia-esque ones too.
Yeah, well, the
I
mafia.
couldn't name.
You could Maroni and Falcone are the two big mafia names.
Yes.
So I mean, whatever. I mean, you could also really do a Two-Face movie, because technically he really never gets into a movie. He's always like the background character, or like an origin character or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So like really focusing on him, and like maybe a solo movie with him doing different things.
Like him as Two-Face or before Two-Face into
No,
Two-Face.
just as Two-Face. Like,
Okay.
like the most interesting Two-Face is like early Two-Face is where he would flip a coin,
Yeah.
and if it comes, everyone knows if it comes up heads, you like the light side, you live,
Die.
dark side, you die. But in the earliest version, he would flip the coin, and if it came out good side, he would commit a crime and then like give the proceeds to charity and stuff.
That's fascinating.
And if he flipped up the dark side, he would rob something to keep it for himself and his gag.
I like that.
So like you could do some stuff with the whole dual identity thing with Two-Face too.
You know, I would like to see all that stuff be
They
done.
like there's a lot of like you say Penguin, but like we really don't dive into the Penguin in any of these movies either.
We don't. I mean, besides the Tim Burton one, but even then, it was the Tim Burton.
But
Penguin,
that wasn't
proper.
really Penguin though. That was their version of the Penguin. The Penguin's just technically the next evolution of what the Mafia becomes.
Okay,
Because
what they're doing, I guess now.
because he takes over pretty much the underground, like the Mafia stuff. He becomes the main like gun runner and stuff in Gotham. So.
Yeah, they're doing that to the TV show, I assume. I don't know, as we're recording.
Oh, you're talking about the Penguin TV show? That's
yeah, they're doing a spin-off with him. Yeah, so I assume that's what they're going to do with that.
I honestly don't know. We can only wait and see.
Yeah. I was just curious to see what your hot take would be on that. But, we just killed 15 minutes. Let's get back to the behind the scenes of this movie.
But to just finish up the point is that they can really do anything. You know what I mean? They could go in any route and make it interesting, because especially the main names are interesting. You know, and you can even ground them in reality and still make them interesting because they all have a basis in reality.
Now, do you think the tone of the new one is a little like does it hold back the possibility of doing shit with these people, or do you think?
See, you know what I like about that new Batman movie is it feels like Batman. So honestly, you say you need to be steep in real world reality, but honestly, if Mr. Freeze showed up in the next movie with a freeze gun and it was like darker and like had his sympathetic like he was from the animated series, I wouldn't bat an eye. Or something like a Man Bat who's terrorizing the city, even though
I didn't want to say man, I was thinking Man Bat, but like I don't know, man.
But I could see those monsters and that mystical side in those movies because it feels like a comic book movie. It feels like Batman.
Okay.
Whereas these do not feel like Batman. These feel like Batman in the real world, and it's like they don't. None of that stuff actually would fit in this dark, gritty tone that they try to do.
I think it's because of the tone, like. Also cinematography. Like cinematography, I noticed in this one, I could see shit in this. I could see the background in this, the middle ground. I could see the city. And the new Batman movie, it was very dark and raining and dreary. It had a gothic feeling to it.
Yeah, it
so
felt
I guess
like
that plays into the Batman-esqueness.
It felt like a comic book.
Yeah.
Whereas this one does not feel like a comic book. There are comic book scenes in it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like a comic book, and that's why I wouldn't be surprised they could do. That's why I say they could do anything in that series if they want to, because it doesn't matter because it's Batman.
Now I know they could do anything, essentially. But do you think they would need to slowly graduate to that point? Like, okay, we have the Riddler doing heinous 7 level crimes. Then let's try to bridge the gap with someone who's kind of like you said, Killer Croc, and then we get to Mister Freeze and Clayface, and then the more up. Or do you think they go from Riddler to the extreme lunacy of Mister Freeze raising gun and shit like that?
I think it can work either way. Honestly, I don't think they
Okay.
need to. I don't think they need to build it up. They could bring in like that loony mystical feeling in a second movie, and then ground it with a different villain.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know for a fact that there's going to be 2 villains in the next movie.
Oh,
You're just
without question. It's going to be Joker and someone else. It might be 3 villains. I hope not, but it's going to be 2.
There's no way they're going to focus on a single villain. They didn't even really focus on a single villain in this one, but
Yeah, because Catwoman was in it.
And Penguin.
Oh, and Penguin. Yeah, they had.
So,
yeah. There's no way it's gonna be just unless who's big enough as a villain to do a single villain for Batman?
Joker.
Is it Joker?
It's Joker.
Okay.
I mean, because and Joker kind of always, if you think about all the Joker movies, he shared the spotlight with Two-Face with this kind of, but this was more of a backdoor pilot for a Two-Face movie that they never did.
Yeah.
But like every Joker movie's him solo, and it's because the Joker doesn't really play well with others.
And I like that. If they were to do that with a Joker, like if they were to do a villain Rant movie of Batman, like the Joker and some other villains he kind of forced to play with him because they can't say no to him. I would like to see that. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I mean, like, I'm not against them doing anything as long as they do it well.
I agree with that.
You know?
I guess I'm just tired of the Joker, I guess. We've had, 5 Jokers by now?
Well, I'm going to get into it when we get into it, but there's a whole Joker rant coming. So
I know there is.
But I'll say this here. No one gets the Joker right. And that's why you're tired of the Joker.
I guess besides Mark Hamill's in the Batman series. Is that done right, you think, or no?
Yes, I think it comes the closest.
Okay.
But even, the problem is...
We can hold off on it.
I'm not going to start off on it because I got a specific point I'm going to come to in the movie that I'm going to go off on it. But I will say there is a disconnect from where the Joker started to where he is now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a giant disconnect between what the core of the Joker is,
yes,
and what they want to portray.
Yes,
and that's my biggest problem with how the Joker is depicted.
That's fair.
All right, but I only got through the director, so...
Who was the director of this? Oh, Christopher Nolan. Okay.
Christopher Nolan, yes. He directed this one.
That's all we got through?
Yes.
Oh, God.
So, the screenplay was by Jonathan and Christopher Nolan.
Shocker.
The story was by Christopher Nolan and David S. Goyer.
Mm-hmm.
It is produced by Emma Thompson.
I know that name. Have we talked about her before?
Isn't she an actress? No.
Dark Knight Trilogy, The Prestige, and stuff. She's apparently really good friends of Nolan.
Yeah. Why do I know? Who am I thinking of? Who is the actress that plays Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man?
That's... don't tell me I know this one. She's in Zombieland, right? God damn it. Roberts. God damn it, damn you, TJ.
Because that's who I'm thinking of. That's how I thought when she said that. Oh, Emma Stone?
Stone, that's it.
That's who it was.
What's she name? Emma Thompson?
Yeah. So this movie was produced by Emma Thompson, Charles Roven, and Christopher Nolan. He's just all over the place with this one, huh?
Who is? His brother or him?
Christopher Nolan. Don't really talk about, like, the cinematography was Wally Pfister, edited by Lee Smith, but I wanted to get down to the music because Hans Zimmer actually did the music in this.
Yes, he did.
So, and James Newton Howard. I don't normally talk about that stuff because I know nothing about cinematography or editing.
No, these are all heavy, like, Wally Pfister's a big name. These are all heavy hitters in the film world.
Yeah, so, like, that's why we usually just skip those because I don't have anything to add to them.
Nope, the movie's pretty. Look at like, it's a very pretty movie. That's the basis of it.
But I recognized Hans Zimmer, so I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So it stars Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Heath Ledger, Gary Oldman, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, who replaced... why am I blanking on her name all of a sudden?
Oh, Tom Cruise's girlfriend or wife, right?
Yeah, Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal replaced Katie Holmes in this. Morgan Freeman, Monique Gabrielle Coleman and Ron Dean, Nestor Carbonelli, Chin Han, Eric Roberts, who I just recently saw on a TV show.
Cillian Murphy.
So that's why I knew who he was right off the bat.
What's yeah?
What? Eric Roberts?
The show you were saying.
Yeah, he was in actually a show called Lost Girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a Canadian supernatural TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the main villain in the last season of it. It's like, oh, that's big. That's a big name for the show. Richie Coaster, Keith Sarabajaka, Joshua Harto. I'm just listing off names now. Oh my god. Melinda McGraw, Nathan Gamble, Michael J. White, and Colin McFarland. Yeah, I think that's everybody. Oh no, what's his name? Frig, Cillian Murphy came back as Scarecrow too for like 3 seconds.
He goes back in everyone, so yeah.
And Nadia Rodriguez apparently. I'm looking. I have to skim through paragraphs because I'm on the Wikipedia page under the cast.
Let's go to the IMDb page. You can see all the names and faces.
Yeah, no.
It's easier.
I have the Wikipedia page up. That's why I'm doing.
Nestor Cabono. Whatever how he says his name is. Keith Strachakapa.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. That's all the credits. The movie is too long. It's 2 hours and 32 minutes.
Yeah, and I could definitely, I can attest to that. I remember when I first saw this movie, it has like 3 endings, I feel, in this movie. 2 endings for sure. And it's like, by the time the first ending happens, like, okay, I can wrap it up. Like, oh no, we gotta finish someone else's storyline. Another 15 minutes. This movie's long. And it feels like 2.5 hours.
It made it had a $185 million budget and it made $1 billion worldwide.
$1 billion? Did you know, TJ?
It was like 1.005 billion or something. Did I know what?
That means it's box office time for the worldwide 2008 era. Woohoo! So, that being said, the top 5, and number 5 was Mamma Mia.
Really?
Yeah, that did really good, TJ. And that movie did so good. I hate ABBA with a passion. It's like one of the only bands I cannot stand. Anyways, Hancock at number 4. Number 3 was...
Wait. What's Hancock?
The Will Smith one, where he's a superhero.
Oh, I talked about that last week, didn't I?
I think you did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kung Fu Panda, number 3, the Jack Black's.
Really? Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, it's an animated kids movie, of course, TJ.
Wow.
Which is sad, because number 9 was WALL-E, and WALL-E is kind of better than Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, WALL-E's apparently gets mentioned in the Dark Knight, like, Wikipedia a lot, as they keep saying, Dark Knight is, like, the best movie in 2008, most people say, with the exception of WALL-E.
Yeah, people love WALL-E. And it's a good movie. I don't think it's the great, but it's a good movie. Twilight came out that year, too. At number 2, can you guess what it is, TJ?
Is it Twilight? Because you just said Twilight.
No, Twilight's down number 13.
Then it's either Harry Potter or Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wrong and wrong. It's another franchise that came out in the 90s.
All right, hold on. Let me think.
It's the 4th installment of that franchise, and the last one as of this recording.
In the 90s?
It was the 90s? Yeah, 90s.
And there's 4 of them as of...
No. It started in the 80s.
Star Wars.
No. But you're in the right area of directors and storytelling.
Star Trek?
Nope.
No, Star Trek would never be in the top 10. What am I thinking?
It would be, with new ones what J.J. Abrams did. The first one came out in 81. This one came out in 2008.
Don't know.
Indiana Jones. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Really? That one's number 2? That terrible movie's number 2?
Because name recognition, TJ. Name recognition. That made $790 million.
Well, that's TJ. Why I didn't think of it, because it was Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls. I thought that would be like 17 or something.
It's the worst one. Yeah. No, that came out at number 2. And number 1, of course, is The Dark Knight with $1 billion.
You say that, but in 2008, it doesn't necessarily wouldn't be the number 1.
Which one? Indiana Jones?
No, Dark Knight. If something like
Harry Potter
or Pirates came out that same weekend, who knows? You know.
Well, see, there's a lot of kids' film that came out that week. Quantum of Solace came out that week, and that's number 7.
Yeah, but James Bond never topped the
that's weird though
10s, you know. But like
Narnia came out too.
Pirates and Harry Potter and even Twilight were really huge back then.
Yeah, I remember.
So I don't know if any of those would have came out, it would have been number 1, honestly. I mean, if Dark Knight released today, it would easily be number 1. But this was before. I mean, we just barely got Iron Man and Hulk out and over. So,
I think the only reason is because number one, because of the Heath Ledger thing.
oh yeah. Also, the Heath Ledger thing. When you want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, because that definitely boosted the movie up a lot. Yeah, you can talk about it.
So everyone knows by now, Heath Ledger died of an overdose after the movie.
When this happened?
After the movie was finished. I think he recorded all of his scenes.
Yes, I was looking up. He died in 2000. Like, fucking hold on.
8.
He died during the editing phase of this movie.
Yeah. So yeah, which is a shame because Heath Ledger is actually one of my favorite actors. So
he was really good.
He's
great in Knight's Tale.
He's really, really good in this movie, despite my
yes
problems with this movie. Christian Bale, on the other hand, not so much.
No. Heath Ledger steals this the second he's on screen. He just takes it from the audience, like, "Hey guys, this is my movie."
He is the best actor in this by far.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
and this whole trilogy, he's the one that steals everything.
Hands down, the best actor in this movie.
When I first went in to see this movie, and it was like after he died, obviously, and this movie was out, I wanted to go in hating the movie because, like, there's no way he's this good guy. You guys just being bombastic. I sat down, like, God damn it, he's killing it, like shit.
Yeah,
he's amazing. I'm liking this movie. Like, God damn you. But yeah, he's
like,
amazing.
I was always going to go in and like his performance because I like Heath Ledger. He's, like I said, one of my favorite actors. But you know,
he won
the hype.
Award for this.
Like, I'm with you. One of those. When there's a lot of hype behind something, I just want to hate it. I'm like, there's no way. Screw you.
Yes.
Just I want to hate.
Tell me I'm gonna like this.
Hate it just out of spite sometimes. But I didn't have that problem going into it because I liked Heath Ledger, and so I had my other biases to overtake in that bias. You know,
it's a shame he was 28 when he died. That's young.
Yeah, I know he was way too young to die of an overdose.
But that's as sad, tragic stories of Hollywood.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But like, he apparently like took to the Joker role a little too much, apparently.
Which I respect that. I guess like it's a bad case of method acting. But like, he had diaries and all that shit.
But the problem is the Joker is not a character you want to dive into like that. No, you go to some dark places with the like the inspiration behind this was the Killing Joke, one of those things, and that is a dark. I mean, essentially Fridge's Barbara Gordon. So,
did we review that one yet?
No.
Which one did we do with the kid?
With the kid?
I mean, he had kidnapped one of the Robins.
Joker. That was Batman Beyond.
Yeah, that was dark. Was that the Batman Beyond?
Yeah, it was Batman Beyond, the Return of the Joker.
Yes, that was dark to me. Yeah. So I can only imagine the Killing Joke and other shit.
I mean, the animated movie that we're going to cover, terrible. Like, shit, terrible. And, like, honestly, the graphic novel, I actually really like the graphic novel, but it's got, like, it definitely fridges Barbara Gordon, and, like, it's very, like, from what I understand behind the scenes, when they were going to write that book, they were like, can we do this to Barbara Gordon? And one of the guys just was like, kill the bitch. I don't care. That's what they thought about women in comic books at the time. So the story has a bad reputation for stuff like that because they essentially destroy the Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, just to further along her male counterpart story. It really is not about her story. It's not about her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what Fridgen is. Pretty much taking a female character.
We talked about this before.
I know.
You've talked about this before. Holy shit! Yeah, no, it was another Batman episode.
Okay, well, yeah, but
sorry.
I didn't know if I actually talked about it, but it's actually a big Batman Killing Joke's a big example of it.
Yes, and
I don't think we talk about it in terms of Killing Joke. Because I remember talking about it as far as Green Lantern was concerned.
Yeah.
So because that's where it started. But yeah. So like diving into the I don't know if you know what the Killing Joke story is.
I don't think so.
Well, Joker shows up at Jim Gordon's place, shoots Barbara Gordon in the stomach, which paralyzes her for the next 30 years. And it's highly implied, and I don't know, but because he takes photos of her and shows it to Jim Gordon later when he's torturing him, but she's naked, so it's implied that he sexually assaulted her, too.
Now, does that fit the Joker? I feel that's not really the Joker's kind of thing. I mean, it might be, fuck if I know, but I just feel like that's not
So
really who the
here's the
Joker is.
thing. It's implied. It doesn't necessarily mean it happened.
Yeah, but that's his thing. Is meant people.
But him stripping her down and just taking pictures of her
Yeah,
to torture Jim Gordon, yes, I would say
yeah,
that's in character. Him actually doing the assault of it, I don't know.
okay.
So it depends. And I don't want to go into a long review with it right here because we're going to be covering that eventually.
Oh yeah, yes we are.
But I mean, and the Killing Joke's obviously not the only like the influence behind this. It's also based off of like the Long Halloween, which is the revamped Two-Face origin and stuff like that.
Okay.
And also, apparently, they took a lot of inspiration from the Joker's origin story, like his first appearance story. And I have problems with that, but we'll get to it.
You have a lot of problems with everything, TJ.
Yeah, but watching this, I kept coming up with new problems. I just want to point out the first time I watched this movie, I actually really did like it.
Yeah.
So
as over time happens, you sit back and contemplate.
As time went on and the overhype kept taking more, thing, and I got more and more negative towards it.
And that's why we're doing this. That's why we started this podcast, because TJ wanted to do a long con of getting me to sit down with him and having all the listeners listen to him, like why he finally can speak his mind on The Dark Knight. And we're all bamboozled to listen to it. So I'm excited for this.
It's actually not the reason, but that's
exactly
fine.
It's fine. This podcast.
Right. But like my point was, this is watching it all these years because I haven't watched it in over a decade, honestly, something like that. So
same.
Watching it now, it is both not as bad as I remember it hating it.
No, it's not.
But I found it more annoying too.
I wonder if we agree on a lot of things. I'm curious.
Like some of the plot is like, what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. When I first watched this movie, I had a lot of... When I first saw it was 2008, I was, 15, 16. I had a lot of questions when I first saw this movie. So now, I totally agree with you. So I wonder, the first 5 minutes, there are like 10 plot holes in it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Is that it? Are we ready to go into the movie?
I hope so. The box office, the background shit. About Heath Ledger for a bit. There's no other dramas that would happen really behind it.
There was a few interesting choices for Joker other than Heath Ledger, though.
Tim Allen.
Paul Bettany.
He'd be good at it.
Some guy named Lacey Holm? I don't even know who that is.
Neither do I.
Adrian Brody?
No. Did they really consider Adrian Brody?
Yep. It's not even
Monk,
worse.
Right?
No.
Adrian Brody?
Yeah.
Pianist? No, thank you.
Steve Carell.
What the hell, Hollywood?
And Robin Williams.
No, Jesus Christ, that's been terrible.
Also,
no, his serious work isn't bad.
No. I think there was also one other guy. I think it was... Oh, no. It was Two-Face. They were considering Matt Damon for Two-Face.
Matt Damon.
Yeah. And it seems like Mark Ruffalo, tried out for every goddamn superhero movie because he is apparently...
I can see that.
Auditioned for 2 Days here, too. They were also... You're
good. You're good.
They were also considering Isaac Liev Schreiber as Two-Face.
Liev Schreiber, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Sabretooth.
Josh Lucas. Not sure who that is.
Huh.
And Ryan Phillippe. So, also Hugh Jackman was also considered for Two-Face.
He would have been really good at that, but he was Wolverine at the time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he would have been a decent Harvey Dent at least.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's a decent actor. He can pull off pretty much any role, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. But that's all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Let's do this shit, TJ.
All right. So we open up with trailers.
Oh, you Mr. DVD over here / Blu-ray player. What'd you get?
Yeah, I got the full screen edition of The Dark Knight DVD.
Ew, full screen?
Yeah.
Gross.
But for some reason, the trailers were on widescreen.
Nice.
I don't know why.
I never knew I was such a purist with widescreen versus full screen, so I've got into widescreen. Like that, I like this so much better.
I don't know. I don't like the black bars above it distract me.
I love it. If it can't be too much bars, because sometimes the ratio is too much to the bars, it's like, the fuck.
But yeah, so, and apparently I bought it, when the DVD came out, because this wasn't a recent purchase, like a lot of the ones I have.
You're a Batman fan.
Because I got,
Old trailers.
Yeah, like I got a trailer for Batman Begins
Okay.
on Blu-ray and DVD. I got a trailer for Arkham Asylum, the video game.
We talked about it last week, right? It came out
Yeah,
around that time, so yeah.
yeah, it's the first one too. So it was before that. So
Oh six
this wasn't
probably.
even it wasn't even out at when this trailer came out, which is
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah, I also got a trailer for Watchmen
Oh shit, that is 2008, isn't there? Is that 2009?
2009,
Okay.
and I got that cigarette commercial again.
Which one?
The one where they start, they show you all the camel
Oh yeah, yeah,
thing
yeah,
and the
yeah.
cowboy Marlboro guy and how
Yes.
everybody glamorizes it, and then they showed the
And then-
decrepit guy at the end, like
yes.
this could be you.
I've always liked that one.
So just weird to have it on a DVD.
It's just gotta show you that smoking's really bad, kids. It's very bad for your health.
All right, and that's all I got. There isn't even no special features or anything on this DVD, which I found was weird.
So that became more of a Blu-ray thing. That's why.
All the other DVDs I had tons of special features.
Huh. You didn't get no stupid CD-ROM to put into your computer to look at special
Oh
features.
no, but that does remind me.
Yeah.
Inside, not on the disc, I got papers.
Kind of papers.
I got to get your free copy of your digital Dark Knight.
There we go. Was it Voodoo? I guess. Or what's the website they use for that one?
www.wbdigitalcopy.com. And then I got like a brochure for Blu-ray DVDs that has like the Matrix and
Why would
stuff
you want
on
this,
it.
DJ? Like, people don't care about this shit. Why are we talking about your DVD
This
case?
this is what they give you in this crap, and it's interesting.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's like a shitty time capsule of marketing.
Exactly. It's a time capsule. That's the whole point.
That's the point.
Like when I open up this thing, right?
Yeah.
It's got a picture of Harry Potter,
Yep.
that Penguin movie.
Oh, March of the Penguins or
I think it's
Happy
March.
Feet.
Maybe I don't know. It's just got a bunch of penguins, and then some kind of sci-fi thing that I don't even recognize. And then I open it up because it opens up like a poster,
Yeah.
almost, and I get a picture of Neo from the Matrix.
Weird.
And then I open it up even further, and it gives me a shitload of Blu-rays. Look at this on Blu-ray. Do you want to watch 10,000 BC on Blu-ray?
No, I want to watch this review, TJ.
Just saying, like The Godfather. There's 300.
I get excited for the box office to see how the movie stands up to other movies. You get excited for the shit they give you in the DVD box.
Because they gave me a Dark Knight catalog. You know how much they're selling a Batarang for?
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I used to look at this shit for hours. The Batman one, there was a Pirates of the Caribbean one, but the one I liked the most was the Lord of the Rings one. They would sell the ring. They would sell like bits and pieces of the sword that was broken. I forget what it was called. They would sell so much, TJ. I used to spend hours looking at that dumb catalogs of the same pictures. Like, I want this one, and they're ridiculously expensive. Like high hundred, low thousands. Like, who would spend this much money on replicas? I would if I had the money at the time. Oh man.
A Batarang is $69.
That's it. That's so
it.
cheap. That's so cheap.
But if you want Batman Special Edition Cal, $395. If you want a swirling emblem ring, it is wait, no, that's $125. I thought it's $400.
I wish I don't know if they still do it or not, but they should still do that nowadays because I'm an adult with the money I can spend, TJ. I would buy damn near everything in those catalogs.
There's this Joker pendant on here, right? It's just a pendant that hangs off like a rope necklace with like the Joker's face on it, and it looks cheap as hell. It looks plastic.
How much is it?
$59.
Oh my god, I would have bought it.
There's also got a bunch of statues in here.
Busts?
No, this is like this one looks like a golden statue of Batman on the Batbike thing.
Oh, okay.
$295.
Yeah, no, I would have bought this shit, TJ.
And a Batman bronze statue, $145. You want a ninja sword, letter opener, $30. Now, and then there's just a replica of the Batbike for $95.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing this up for a reason. Batman clock, $45. Batman glide in Batman is $295. So all that sounds expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just released a video game sculpture of Final Fantasy VI, a character named Terra.
Yeah.
You know how much it's going for?
$1,500.
$10,000.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, it looks nice. It's not $10,000 worth.
And see,
I don't. What do these people think these sculptures are worth this much money? I don't understand.
And I'm not good to get into politics like that, but it's funny how badly that shit has increased over these past 10, 20 years in price. Like you said, that's a couple hundred back then. Now it's 10,000 for these things. Our other uppercuts are like again, a low thousands. Like it's ridiculous for that kind of shit.
Yeah,
It's
it's
expensive to
stupid.
be a nerd, a fanboy nerd like that.
All right.
Anyways, we open.
Uh, with the Warner Brothers lot opening because we can't have Bugs Bunny on their front anymore. I'm just actually trying to start the movie because I don't have it ready.
You son of a bitch, TJ. I thought the first scene is an explosion in the window.
The Warner Brothers and the Legendary Picture things. You open up with Warner Brothers, Legendary Pictures, and the DC equivalent of the Marvel flip.
Which is very bad. It gets worse and worse every time they try to update it.
So, well, we truly open up with smoke and a bat signal flying towards us. And then we open up with the big heist, the giant heist where, what's it, 6 people are robbing a bank?
Some people robbing the bank, yes.
Yes. And each one specialized in something. Like one guy is disabled in security, and the other guy's a safe hacker or stuff like that. And each time one of the guys completes a job, the other guy that they're working with shoots him and kills him. And then
because there's bigger shares for everyone else.
bigger shares for everyone.
Very clever.
Which is bigger shares for everyone else, exactly. But they're robbing a mob bank, as shown by one of the bank tellers or bank managers gets up and starts shooting at the guys with a shotgun and say, "You know who you're robbing?" But eventually he gets taken down, and everybody gets shot and killed until there's only 2 left, and then a bus crashes and kills the last guy, and then the Joker reveals himself after shooting the bus driver, and he gets all the money.
It's a lot of money, too.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He gets in the bus and drives out.
There it is. Yep. I agree. The first time I saw this movie, like, that's really stupid. It's really stupid. No one saw this bus coming up a goddamn bank.
Right.
In a line of other buses, and the civilians walking on the street. No one's seeing this as cop cars drive past it. This bus covered in rubble. There's no one seeing this.
Not only that, no one's taking notice that bus just crashed through that bank and just stopped and like, look at that bus.
No one saw or heard this on this busy road in the middle of the day. Mind you, middle of the damn day their buses are about. No one saw this.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It was stupid.
That broke, like, again, when I first saw this movie, wanting to hate it, like, great. Notes to hate this movie already. Like, you got to win me back over movie. Another thing I hate about this bank robbery, TJ, the bombs or the grenades he gives the people to hold on to for their life.
Uh-huh.
Why don't they just throw it? Why don't you throw the goddamn grenade at someone?
Well, that's all fine and well because their hands are maybe tied together and they're afraid to let go.
It's a grenade. I can see if they want duct tape the grenade.
Yeah.
Like it's just
sure.
Just you're holding on to it.
That's not even the one that bothers me. The one that bothers me is he puts the smoke bomb in the guy's mouth and he just keeps it there.
Yeah.
Why are you keeping it there?
Right?
He's about to. You see the string off of the touch of his back. Why?
Right? Like the second he gets back into the bus, throw it, spit out your mouth, throw it, and crawl away. Like this whole opening is theatrical, but it's stupid. It's like dumb.
The idea is fine. It's just not executed very well.
Not in the slightest. I'm glad that the bus one really pisses me off. Even to this day, like it's like no one's seeing this. All
right, and then we cut over to the rest of the cast. Essentially, is the bat signals in the sky, and we can see Jim Gordon and stuff like that. And then we cut over to the Scarecrow cameo. Essentially, it's a bunch of guys that are driving into a parking. What are they called? Parking. It's not. Is it a garage?
Parking garage. Yeah, parking garage.
Parking garage. You know, where everyone parks their cars in that multi-tier thing. I don't know what that's actually called. I believe it.
It's a parking garage.
And so the Scarecrow is making a deal with some guy. The guy, one of the mobsters, head mobsters, and the mobster doesn't like that the Scarecrow's drugs aren't, good drugs. Have you met the Scarecrow?
Right.
I mean, he does nothing but fear toxin stuff. Why are you buying drugs from him?
It makes like unless you're gonna cut it with something, I guess. But, like you're talking to a man
Even
in a scarecrow
so,
mask. What's wrong with you?
yeah, this is not. These are not very smart people.
No, they're not.
And that's the problem with this movie. The only person, there's only like two people that are smart in this entire movie.
That's a big handicap to Christopher Nolan himself. That's a common complaint that people make with his movies that his characters aren't his non-main characters aren't smart or don't have layers / personalities to them. They're just dumb idiots. They're just bad AI in video games.
Essentially, yeah, because
Yeah.
no one's smart except
Nope.
for the Joker and freaking Two-Face.
Exactly.
It's like, okay. And they try to portray them as smart, but then if you think about their plans, they all fall apart.
Even the Joker's not smart. It's like again, this opening bus scene, like it's really stupid. But yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
the rest of the movie's kind of smart. Smart.
but that's the first issue with the thing. It's like, yeah, the Joker doesn't have plans. What? This whole thing was a plan.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? He says later, I'm an agent of chaos.
No, you're not.
Yeah, everything you do is planned.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yes. Your plans may seem chaotic to the outside end because people don't know the tricks are coming, but they're well planned and thought out.
Yeah, and
you planned
that's
being caught later. You planned everything.
and that's my first problem with the Joker in this. Everything he does is a contradiction, and not in like the point way. And like you showing us one thing, but you're telling us another thing throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Your writing is terrible. Anyway, so the Scarecrow's dealing with this guy with this mobster with dogs, and copycat Batman come in for reasons because I guess we wanted that, world. What would really happen if Batman became thing? I
How
guess.
the copycat guys find out where the joke these guys were doing? Like they don't have the level of intel I would assume as the Batman does. So like how they
I don't
figure
know.
this shit out?
They don't really. They
I
don't. We don't really get into their backstory.
We know, but it's like, how did these dads with spare time at nighttime figure out a mobster's hangout area?
I don't know.
Meeting
Maybe
place.
they're friends with one of the other mobsters. I don't freaking know.
Okay.
And anyway, so the copycats show up, but then you're like, that's not the real Batman. And then the real Batman shows up in this stupid tank.
It's not stupid. It's really badass, DJ.
I hate that tank.
It's not practical. It's terrible for the economy of Gotham, but it's really cool looking, man.
Mm-hmm. And then he beats up all the guys, and then the Scarecrow get away.
No, he gets caught. He
gets
caught
caught.
with he ties Scarecrow up and the Bat Dads.
Okay, well, guess what? That's the end of the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
No, thanks for coming.
We'll see you in the next movie for a second.
Yes, pretty much.
Although I like that he's in it because it shows that he's still out and about. Yeah.
You know what? How about give us a freaking real Scarecrow movie? We talk about villains.
Yeah.
Earlier,
like another horror. They can do a lot of horror with the villains. Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard to do a Scarecrow movie. Actually, freaking focus and do us a Scarecrow movie.
He's a therapist too, right?
Yeah.
Or like they can easily plant seeds of Harley Quinn. Like he knows a Harley Quinn or Dr. Quinn or whatever. So that can be seeds for the next two movies or next movie whenever she comes out.
Like,
but yeah, they could definitely do a Scarecrow mind movie and just horror. Yeah, you're right. You're very right. Weird.
I mean, that just reminded me, so.
Yeah. Maybe he's going to be the next one. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. I mean, he's easily one of the easier ones to ground because all of his stuff is chemicals and hallucinogens. So
exactly,
he could do easy that horror, Riddler horror, just as easily with that one.
Him with the Clayface, I would see those two together in a movie.
You can even start doing each Batman movie with a different horror theme. Like the first one was. The first one was Saw horror, and the next one can be like psychological horror, you know?
Oh, TJ. Talk slower and dirty to me. That sounds great.
Anyway, moving on.
So yeah, Bat Dads and them come up. Batman gets back into his tank.
Yeah, so the Gordon and the GCPT are investigating the mob's dealings, and they pretty much got them tied down. They're using like lightly irradiated money, I think they said. To track the banks and stuff. And this is where Gordon says all the people working with the Joker and the bank heists, except for the Joker, were small time. The one guy disabled a bank security. The other guy broke into a mob vault. I don't think these guys are small time criminals.
I guess they're small time compared to Batman villains. Compared to the people who, the Joker, Scarecrow, etc., etc. They're small
We're
time, I guess, in that
we're
aspect.
dealing with mobsters for the first 2/3 of this movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, sure, the mobsters are more of a threat because they're bigger and organized, but you don't think a person who could break into the vaults or disable security or stuff like that, maybe the thugs who just robbed the bank, sure, but these other guys aren't small time at all.
Fair.
It's just stupid things like that. Anyway, after they're talking about the investigation and setting up pretty much the entire movie here. We cut over to Alfred trying to deliver breakfast, but Bruce is not there, so we go down to his loft cave.
Yeah. Well, there's two different locations. These are the usage of Methodist, the Wayne Manor isn't built yet because of the first movie, Fire. So Bruce Wayne stays in a penthouse during the day, but he has his Bat Cave in a construction area underground.
Well, no, it's more of a shipping
Yeah.
dock.
Some place where people work.
Yeah. That should see him leaving his thing or seeing his butler enter this storage container.
Which, again, you see these nice fancy vehicles in this area. Like, come on.
Anyway, we cut over, we get introduced to Harvey Dent, the DA, and, he's a good guy. We're going to build him up to be a good guy for the first 2/3 of this movie.
I don't like him in this movie. I don't like Harvey Dent's fall. It's too easy, I feel.
Well, the fall, yeah, but the build up of him is fine.
Yes.
The first 2/3 of this movie with him is fine.
But I think that comes into why the fall is so stupid. Because he's built up to be such a strong, charismatic, smart, caring, just righteous person. And his fall, like, I'm angry now because my girlfriend died. Like, that's what put you over the edge so quickly.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. It was like, that was really easy.
Speaking of girlfriend, Harvey Dent is dating Rachel from the Bruce Wayne's girlfriend from the first movie.
Small world.
Is this the first movie that one of Batman's love interests came back?
Actress or I guess character-wise?
Well, not actress, not character-wise.
That's weird. They've always been different actors. That's weird. The first Tim Burton movies, no. Yeah, you're right, because Catwoman was the third one? Second one. Vicky Vale, Catwoman. Who was 3? It was Val Kilmer and someone.
Val Kilmer, wasn't it the third one? Wasn't it the weird... I don't remember her name, but she was obsessed with Batman, and she was always trying to sleep with Batman.
Yes, and then the fourth one was Poison Ivy. Yeah, no, it's always been someone different. You're right. I didn't pick up on that. Weird.
Yeah, I think this is the first time that character, love interest, is actually returned.
It's still a different actress, though. That's funny.
Different actress, and she's pretty much just a plot point. I talked about fridging earlier. They fridged the shit out of Rachel in this movie.
Yes. I got another criticism to Dolan. He does not know how to write female characters like that. He's bad at it. He's really bad at it.
Anyway, so Dent and Rachel are kind of together, I guess. They say they're together, but we really don't see much of them together.
They're they're just they're both busy people, I guess.
But they don't really build up their relationship. That's another problem.
Wouldn't it be not cool for them to date though? Because he's DA, she is a lawyer. Where is she?
Assistant DA.
There's no way they should be dating, right?
I don't know. It depends. Huh. Some professions actually prefer it if you date within.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I know definitely in CIA and stuff like that because of all the secrets and shit.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because you can't tell anybody anything.
So date someone
get someone that already knows, it makes your life easier.
No, that's fair. I just never thought about that. But this, I feel, would be maybe it won't compromise the work. I don't know.
I don't know if it would be a compromise between them to work together because they are working on the same side of the same cases.
Yeah, but then later on,
you know what I mean?
But I think a compromise is when someone gets kidnapped and killed, right?
No, because I think anyone's gonna kidnap and kill somebody.
Yeah.
There's not jokers running around.
Fair.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all, they would have to recuse themselves from conflicts of cases if they're related in some way, and stuff like that. But I don't think it's a problem as long as HR knows about it and stuff like that.
I guess, yeah. He's not her boss, is he? They're just...
I think he's her boss. Why wouldn't he be her boss?
See, that's why that sounds bad, because if he's her higher up / boss, he could favor her, give her the things the better cases or whatever the case may be. I don't know how if their profession works. I just feel from the outside, like, I feel like that looks bad. But I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
If he's got a team of people, like, here, Rich, you get the better ones, guys. You're more trustworthy, wink, wink, but you're with my girlfriend. And Joe Schmo over there, like, that's f***ed up. I'm pretty good at my job. I don't know.
I don't know.
I would feel some kind of way about it.
We don't get enough information about what their jobs are. We just know he's DA. I don't even think they mention what she is.
My bad. That's a weird tangent. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, so after that,
oh, he gets a gun pulled on him in court, and like he just plays it off.
Oh, is that here?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
he played it off. So I don't like how charming he is, and just like,
well, he's supposed to be the hero that Gotham needs.
but god damn it, like.
So yeah, there's a court case, and he comes in and he gets very charming, and he stops the bad guy from shooting him and stuff like that. So yeah, Harvey Dent has a meeting with Gordon, and Dent's like, I want to meet Batman. I want to know your plan. He's like, I don't really trust you. All right, we gotta give me something. All right, here are the names of the banks, and this is the start of their relationship.
Yes, the frenemies. And there's a board meeting.
Yeah, then we cut over to Wayne Enterprises, where they're making a deal with somebody, I guess China, right?
Hong Kong.
Well, no, Hong Kong's in China.
Yeah, but like he's in Hong Kong. Wow.
Yeah, but I think it's the point that they're going into China.
Yes.
But they're not really. They're just trying to get a look at their books and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, so it's just, Bruce Wayne's asleep during the thing. We get the subplot of Lucius telling one of the employees to look into the finances of this thing. That comes back up later. And then we cut over to dinner with Rachel, but that's the extent of my note. So I don't know.
Dinner date and Batman talk. Oh, he's... This is Bruce Wayne being playboy. He's got the Russian girlfriend. And they talk about like why Batman's bad, etc. Nothing for the point. Oh, he supports Harvey Dent and like wants to do a fundraiser for Harvey Dent.
Oh, right. Okay, he's going to give him... Oh, and this is where we get the first line. They talk about Batman, and you're a hero until you're long enough till you become a villain.
Yeah, this movie's highly quotable.
Yeah, but it's hits you over the head with its quotes.
It does. This movie really just hits you over the head with everything. It's not a subtle movie, I don't think.
Well, no. Joker's not meant to be subtle, but its messaging is like, it's almost cliched how much the message is.
Yeah.
Anyway, after the dinner date, we cut over to the mobs. They're upset about their money, and they're told by the Chinese guy investor that he can hide all their money in a single place, but only he knows where it is, and he already did it because the cops are going to take it all. And then the Joker shows up, and he makes a pencil disappear.
He just tells the mafia people, like, hire me to kill a Batman because you guys are afraid of him, obviously.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of bored. I'm not stumbling because of... I don't know what's happening next. I'm stumbling because I'm just thinking about the scene, and I'm like, okay, this is stupid.
Why is it dumb?
Because they're idiots. They just trust this Chinese guy to hide all their money. He essentially stole all their money, and they're all okay with it.
I mean, what can they do about it? They can't go over there and get him. They can't do anything. They don't have, he already did the thing.
Why does he have access to their money in the first place?
He's funding them. It's his money.
It's not his money. It's their money. No, it's all their life savings.
Maybe because he's promising to make it better and bigger, I guess. Like, he's the middleman to make it from $1 million to $5 million. I don't know.
No, he's just hiding it from the cops.
I don't know. I do not know.
This movie, the more I talk about this movie, the less it makes sense, and it's starting to get to me.
Sorry, you got 2 hours. This is 23-minute mark. You have 2 hours with this, TJ.
Well, the Joker comes in and makes it somewhat bearable. He makes the pencil disappear and stuff, and they're like, oh, you know what? This is the part that I go off on my rant.
Okay.
Because they're like, you're crazy. And he says, I'm not crazy. But the movie makes you think we're supposed to be crazy. What do you think an agent of chaos is? It's nothing but crazy.
I think it's because he makes things seem chaotic, even though they were ordered by him.
But his actions are randomness, like craziness.
I don't think they are. I don't think they are.
They want you to think that he's crazy because this is the only time where they say, oh, I'm not crazy. This is the only moment.
Freak. I'm not crazy, I'm not a freak. That's his thing, yeah.
Yeah, this is the only time he ever does that. And then later on, he accepts the fact that he's a freak, and he just dives headfirst into the craziness. It's a giant contradiction.
Well, I don't think anything in this is crazy. Like,
The
nothing he's done.
idea of the randomness of it is crazy. You know what I mean? The way they're portraying him is crazy. They have like they have this idea that they want this Joker to be not crazy, but they don't portray him as not crazy.
But I don't see him crazy though either. I see him doing things people shouldn't be doing. But like, well I guess we define as crazy. Like I'm imagining crazy as pushing a fridge over because ha ha ha. 'Cause that's just random shit someone shouldn't do. But there's like no reason for it. But the things he does in the movie, like the bombs and shit, the oil, the way he burns, that's all thought out methodical. I don't think it's crazy. It's just evil. So I don't see anything crazy in this movie.
It's not thought out and methodical. They tell you that it is, but nothing is.
His stuff is.
No, it's not. Let's just take the ending of the last plot that he has. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Which is the 2 ferry boats.
Yes.
What's his plan here?
His plan is to show simply that people under pressure and with the things put, it's the killing joke, wherever the it is. Like, with the right situations, people will do the things that will make them survive.
And how
no
does he do this? And how is he driving them insane by doing this?
Not driving them insane. It's like, here's a boat and here's another boat. One's full. He's lucky that that's a criminal boat for some reason. I think that was stupid. Like, why is there a criminal
exactly?
boat? Anyways,
that's my whole point, right there.
Criminal boat.
How did he orchestrate the same amount of the right amount of people on one boat to the exact opposite of the other boat? How did they know they weren't going to mix people together or not take the criminals out at all? How did he know?
I think that was just dumb luck, but I think he was just saying there's boat A and boat B. Lucky for him, the first boat was criminals. Great. And adds to my level of craziness. But boat A full of people, boat B full of people. One of you guys are going to die, you guys decide. So I think
here's my other question. Here's my other question.
Yeah.
They didn't check the ferry for the bombs at the bottom of the boat?
They're rushing. They didn't think. Because he said people on the bridge and the streets, I guess, wherever he said, are going to have a nice view of something.
Right. I understand that. But weren't the ferries running all day before that? During that whole point?
Unless he was control of them.
Did he capture
people everywhere?
Did he capture these boats beforehand? Did he do anything? There is nothing.
If he's got people in the
all the Joker's stuff is random in this. Everything is random luck that he just happens to be there for.
I'll give you that. There's a lot of random luck to it, but his initial thoughts are there. But there is a lot of random. Oh, that luck worked to my favor. Thank God. I'll give you that. But I do think his stuff is kind of thought out. It's not crazy. The movie doesn't explain the details of everything, which it should.
See.
What's the other thing he does in this movie? The other thing,
the whole him trying to kill Batman. His whole plan to kill Batman. How's that planned out?
His plan, at first, to kill Batman. What was he doing? Just the car chase, I guess. Right, that was the plan. No.
Well, the plan was to get him to unmask, or else he's going to kill people every day.
Yes, which is simple.
Right.
Do that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his plan was just kill people every day until he kills everybody?
He's a terrorist. I'm going to be a terrorist. Because initially, this is the new Joker. Like, this is his first day out doing Joker shit. I want to kill people. Just kill people because kill people, show your face, Batman. And then as you start to learn more about Batman, like, I kind of like this guy. I like the Batman's upness and not ready to deal with it. I want to keep this guy around, which he doesn't mention later. Like, I need this guy alive. So no one unmask him. He's my toy. This is my plaything. I'm here to Batman and make him break down and break his one rule of not killing people.
That's my whole point.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. They're trying to portray Joker as methodical, as someone who plans everything out, who does everything like this. They're trying to portray it as that. Yeah. But they're not.
I think
they're not. Everything he does is random. He just happens upon everything. Like, he just Harvey Dent is, and it's not just the Joker. It's everybody. Yeah. It's like Joker does this. Okay, so good guys do this to counter that, and the Joker does this, but it's all reliant on different things randomly coming together and working.
I don't think, maybe we're going to have to get to it to point it out to me, but I don't really think that's always the case. Like the hospital scene, like that kind of worked out for him. Plan it out.
But that's my point. The hospital scene, that makes no sense. There's how many hospitals in Gotham?
Yes.
They just happen to know to evacuate that hospital.
They're evacuating all the hospitals. He's
that don't show that.
But he says it. He says, start evacuating all hospitals. Get this one done first, mainly because
of Harvey Dent.
Mostly because Harvey, exactly. They all know he
Right.
wants Harvey Dent dead, or just to fuck with Harvey Dent for reasons. So Gordon knows, get all these Gotham hospitals out, but this one's our main priority. He says that in the movie.
It's my problem is the
Yes.
methodical nature that they're trying to show us here doesn't jive with his chaotic Agent of Chaos thing. They're complete opposites. You can't be an Agent of Chaos and plan everything out methodically. It doesn't work.
Because for you, it's planned out. It's going great as my plan is, but it's chaos for everyone involved. I'm going to put twists and turns into this plan that I know are there. Like, oh, Harvey Dent's at this location, and Rachel's at this location. But then
it's not chaos.
It's chaos for everyone else. Like, granted, I think they should learn, like, okay, he's like this, so they'll figure out his pattern of bullshit. But initially, like, that's chaotic to people. Like, what? I think that is some form of chaos. Like, what's chaos to you then at that point? Like, what would be chaotic that he could do that would still benefit him?
Well, so that's kind of my point. Nothing they're trying to portray is chaotic.
But what is chaos then? Like, what is chaotic then?
Chaos is following absolutely no plan, no rules, just keeping going from one thing to another.
Yes.
And he says that he does that in this movie, but yet everything he does is planned out methodically.
Yeah, for him, but I think it's chaos for everyone else. Like, they can't.
But that's not what they say.
Yeah, but
that's not what they say. That's my whole problem with this movie.
Agent of Chaos. Yeah.
He's an agent of chaos, but he says Joker himself says, I do not plan anything.
Oh, that. Well, because he's a liar. He's a liar. I don't plan anything. I agree. That line right there, the fact that Dent let him walk away was bullshit. That whole sequence right there pissed me off.
Right, but that's my whole point.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming this on the Joker. I'm blaming this on the writing. Because the writing is bad. Because that's my whole problem. They're trying to tell us one thing, and then they contradict it later. Every single time.
I don't think it's that scene right there I was talking about is offensive. The Dent Joker face to face. That was bullshit. But I don't think the rest of it is that in your face, we got you kind of bullshit. I don't think it's that bad.
No, but everything is like that. Everything is like, here's one thing, but it's not actually this thing. It's actually this thing over here. It's all misdirection. It's all fake, essentially.
I guess we'll have to get to this point so you can point them out to me, because I don't get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I can't.
So look, my thing is, no one really gets the Joker. And the ideas that they portray in this are close to what the Joker is, except they keep contradicting it. So the Joker at his core, yes, he's a murderer. Yes, he acts insane and stuff like that. But at his core, and he is a jewel thief.
Yes.
Plain and simple. In his debut, all he wanted was jewels. He just robs for money. He robs for gain. And that's who he is at his core. There is something to be gained out of this, not just chaos. Yes. There's always something for the Joker. He's always after something, whether or not it's not just I want to see the world burn.
Okay.
That's the major problem I'm having here. The people always miss that with the Joker. 2, the Joker, the right in this instance, is not insane. He is crazy, but he's Batman crazy.
Yes.
People always say Batman and Joker are the same side of the or different sides of the same coin.
Yes.
Which means they're the same. Joker is actually sane in what he's doing. He's just choosing a side.
Yes.
And that's what they're trying to do here, but they don't really implement it. He's not the opposite of Batman in this. He's just an obstacle almost. You know what I mean? He's just there so Batman reacts and does something.
But how's he not an opposite? Like, how's he not the opposite of Batman in this? Like, what's the Batman in this, and what's the Joker in this?
Well, that's the other problem. The Batman in this is terrible. He sucks too.
You're going off of all your preconceptions of Batman and Joker in general comic books.
That's what
this is. I know. I'll always say this. This is Christopher Nolan's version of this shit. It may not be the greatest, but it's his. As long as it fits in his world, it fits in his world. I think this fits in his world. It may not be the pinnacle Batman and Joker, but it's Christopher Nolan's Batman and Joker, and it's a good movie. It's played out well.
This is my Joker rant.
Yes.
This is my overall problem with the Joker.
It's just the fanboy side of you, yes.
This is the problem I have with Jack Nicholson and all these other guys. They just don't get the Joker. The Joker is sane.
Yes.
He's just Batman on the opposite side.
Uh-huh.
He plans everything out. He's as smart as Batman.
Just the dark side.
He's not the Riddler who is clinically insane.
Yes.
He's not all these other rogues villains who are just literally need to be in asylums. He's just a really smart, demented guy who is the opposite side of Batman's coin.
And I think they got that, not fully in this movie, but I think they got that with this Joker.
But
he does seem smart. He does. His plans are planned out. Yes, there's some randomness that happens in it.
Right.
Because his plans rely on humans to do human things. Humans are random. You can't predict a human through and through. So that's his flaw in this movie. He's like, I'm going to bet these humans do these human things because I put these humans in a certain condition which humans usually act this way.
Except
they didn't.
Except the Batman that you're talking about does not exist in this movie.
What do you mean?
This Joker is not the opposite of this Batman.
Yeah.
This Batman sucks. This
Why?
Joker is not the opposite coin of this Batman, because this Batman, if he was anywhere near or the same intellect level of the Joker, would be a completely different movie.
It's because this Batman is just always catching up with this Joker. Like, why does this Batman suck?
Because this Batman can't figure anything out. He has no plan. He falls for freaking... Was the whole Gordon thing, did he know about the Gordon thing? I don't think so. Gordon being alive? I think that was just Gordon's plan.
Know. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That plan was stupid.
He didn't know that was happening.
Yeah.
He didn't know that Harvey Dent was going to out himself as the Dark Knight and had no plan to do it except to let it happen and then chase down the Joker afterwards.
Because it's all again, human factors. He's always so smart, the Batman, until the humans up his plans.
But that's another thing. Batman always has a plan. He should have a way out of things. And he never does. He's always just reacting. Yeah. There is no way in hell that both Rachel and Harvey get kidnapped and one of them dies if Batman is competent.
I'll give you that, yeah.
No way that happened. There's no way in hell that Batman doesn't have a plan to stop the bombs at the end of the ferry if the people decide to
do the thing.
There's no way he doesn't have a backup plan or something in thing. This Batman is stupid, and every time he talks, he annoys me with his breathiness.
Yeah, but I think this Batman was never supposed to be the world's smartest, greatest detective. It's literally just a billionaire playboy.
Right. I understand.
Batman.
I understand.
Which I know is lame. It's very lame. I totally agree with that.
That is not the Joker we got in this. We got a Joker for a different Batman. We got a Joker that is supposed to go up against the Batman we all are supposed to know.
Yes.
That's the Joker we got. But that's not the Batman we have.
That's a fair point. That's a fair assessment.
So it doesn't work on that level.
I think it does. In this movie, it works, in my opinion.
It only works because of Heath Ledger's acting. The writing does not hold it up.
I think it does to a point. The writing is flawed. I will give you the writing is flawed. Dialogue is shit. Some logic is bad. But I think the Batman and the Joker we got in this movie, the Joker is definitely leading Batman through from the beginning to the end. Batman's not as smart as Joker. He does not get what's going on. The Batman's dumb. I would 100% agree with that. I can't even argue that. The Batman catching the Joker at the end, I won because I have more brute force over you for the most part. That's the reason you call it right now. But it works. It works. They could definitely improve upon the next Batman Joker or iteration to be better and more two-sided.
I would argue in the hands of a lesser actor, the Joker, say, one of those, who were the other actors that I named earlier who was in the role for it? If any of those other guys,
Brody or whoever the hell, yes.
Yeah. It would not work. This movie would fall apart. People would not even be like, this is terrible.
I don't know. Because it's not just the acting. This movie's visually a good movie.
Yeah, but that's what they would say.
Movie. There's a lot of strengths to this movie to hold it up.
They would say this is technically great, but this isn't the greatest movie of all time.
So you're saying without the actor shining, just chewing the scenery up, people will see the plot points we see that are flawed, and people wouldn't really overlook those points. And no,
they would not forgive it as much as they do.
I get what you're saying. I would agree. If he didn't die and or wasn't as good in this movie as everything played out in history, it is, I would agree this movie would get a lesser
Yeah,
ranking.
it would not
But
be.
but to be fair, like as of 2008, of all the Batman movies that happened, this is the best one as of the release dates. Like this is the best Batman movie.
Yeah, but
It's flawed for sure.
and I wouldn't even agree it's the best Batman movie. I still think the '89 Batman's better than this one.
The
And
Jack Nicholson one?
yes,
Okay.
and I still think the animated Mask of the Phantasm movie is better than this one.
The animated movies don't count. I'm saying like visual, like live action films that the most audience, the most mainstream audience would see.
I think
Between
the
this
80,
or the 89, really?
89 movie is better than this one, in my opinion.
Why?
Because it's just
Is it nostalgia for you, or just because like that Batman is great?
no, because Michael Keaton's just better as Batman than Christian Bale. First of all,
I don't know.
The first thing, I wouldn't say Jack Nicholson's better than Heath Ledger, but he does put on a good performance there.
I will say something controversial. I don't think there's been a bad Joker.
Jared Leto.
I don't think he was a terrible Joker. I'll say that now until we review the movie again. But as of this point, I don't think he was a bad Joker.
Look, my problem isn't with the actors and the portrayals of the Joker. I'm just saying people do not understand the Joker. They always put this. They always.
But that is your problem, though. You're saying they don't understand the Joker. So that falls into the fact that the acting portrayal of the Joker isn't up to your standards of how people should portray the Joker.
No,
I don't think it's that bad.
My point is they don't not the portrayals, the writing of the Joker.
Yeah.
So my problem is they always show the Joker as one way, but then they always lean into the chaos angle or the randomness angle or something like that. And sure there's an element of that. That's the prankster side of him. That's the clown side of him coming out. But it's not what he's all about. There's a purpose for what he is. Why is he creating chaos? What's the end goal?
What is to see a scene where he's building the things he's building and why explain like I'm building this Harley Quinn because I want this to happen because I want this emotion from people
or just tell me why you want the world to burn.
Yes. Okay. You want reasons.
I want a reason for your actions because people do want the world to burn, but there's a reason why you want that world to burn. You don't want the world just to see the world burn. There's a reason why, and the Joker always has a reason. And now I'm choking.
He does say a reason at the end when he's hanging upside down, like, I need you, you need me.
Yeah, but he came to that conclusion at the end. Yes,
because remember, this is like the first time he's been out and about in the city, but this is his first time truly interacting with Batman. So he's now finally learning, oh, this is like day one Joker, essentially. Like, this is Batman. This is the thing I'm going up against.
That's not what I read. I read this is a poorly formed Joker that this is an origin. This is not his first outing, essentially. That was not their intention when they made this movie.
This is his first outing with the Batman. He's been around for a little bit. They even mentioned it, like, oh, it's this Joker again. This guy again. What's his name now? But it's his first time with the Batman to truly be like, oh, this is what I'm up against?
But my point is, here's the thing.
Yeah.
His plan from the beginning wasn't that. His plan keeps changing.
His original plan, because he didn't know who the Batman was, my original plan is just to kill the Batman. I want your mafia's money, and I want to kill the Batman. And as more times he encounters the Batman, he's like, my God, this guy's really cool.
Right.
The Batman's a challenge to him. So now, like,
but he doesn't come to that conclusion before he says, I'm an agent of chaos. And when he does the thing, he's like, I want to, like, in the beginning, his motivations from the first part, and the second third, and the third part of the movie don't mix. They don't make sense. From what he goes from one to one. Like, wants to kill Batman in the beginning. Why? Why does he want to kill Batman in the beginning?
He wants half of the mafia's money.
But he does it because he burns it in the second
Exactly, because he's changing as a character. He's developing as a character. He's like, you know what? No, I don't want the money. I want Batman. That's just during that scene where he burns the money. Like, it's not about the money now. It's about sending a message. I'm going to burn this money and the guy on top of it.
But
I'm going to call the media. Like, hey guys, remember how I want the Batman unmasked and killed? No. People kill Reese because Reese knows the identity of Batman. So kill this guy now so I can still play with the Batman for myself.
But they do not portray it like that.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. They portray it like he's always been, this was always part of the plan. Like, has his money. He didn't decide, now I decide I'm going to burn this money. No, they portray it like, oh, I never even wanted this money. I only need these things that are cheap, and this is just nothing. I just did it because I'm an agent of chaos. They never show him developing. They only tell you that he is. They never actually. They make you think that Joker's almost omnipotent in the way that he does things.
I can agree. I'm sorry. They don't show you like his like reaction to like he's one way the first act, and you see something change and like become something different in the second act and the third act, and so on. He's just
right. So that's not character development. That's not
but
that is telling me there's a difference between character develop and you tell me this is what the character is now.
And I'll agree with that. That's when the writing's bad. They don't. That's when the writing and / directing is bad because they don't visually show that. They're just telling you. So I can agree with that, but there's still kind of character development there where they're telling you it or not. They're showing or telling. They're telling you I was this way, now I'm this way, and next time I'll be that way. So I agree with you with like the writing and directing on that part is just very bad.
Yeah, the movie's just not good.
It's Nolan, but I don't think this Joker is.
Look, I'm not even saying the Joker's bad. I've never once said that.
Yeah.
I never said he was bad.
I know.
I've actually praised it, and I understand it's this version of the Joker. It's just overall, people do not get the Joker, and two, this is not the right Joker for this movie.
I will argue the first point because I do like I guess that's your fanboyness, and I get it. I totally get it. I get where you're coming from. I will argue against that one. The second one, I will agree. Yes.
Or maybe this isn't the right Batman for this movie. One or the other.
Yes. I wouldn't change the Joker. I would definitely change the Batman.
There's something doesn't fit. And it doesn't work, in my opinion.
But I think it's because I think it could be that writing this movie, Batman might have been a second thought. Or I guess while filming it and realizing that Joker or Heath Ledger was such a great chewing on, like just chewing the scenery, they focused more. I don't know what about this process making this movie like changed from Batman to Joker's movie, but that's what happened, I guess. Like I don't think they really thought of something smart and clever for the Batman to do besides.
And that's the other thing. The Joker's not really even in it in the first 2/3.
No, he's not.
He's like gone, and then all of a sudden it's just all Joker.
Yes.
So it's like we're focusing on these other characters, and we don't need these characters anymore. Let's go kill them off, or let's forget they exist or something here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Joker's with the people at the.
Yeah, he's telling them that he's not crazy. And he makes a pencil disappear. And
I'm going back to it real quick. You did bring, like, that's a valid point. Like, the Batman's very bad in this. Was he this bad in the first one?
No, because it was
mostly just him, right?
Focused. It was focused on him. Yeah. Because if you remember, the bad guys were barely focused on at all.
It was kind of Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul. Yeah. Weird. I'm really, like... How's Batman not the main center of these movies?
I don't know.
Yeah. This is not a Batman movie. Okay.
Anyway, jeez. I don't even know where we are, honestly.
Minute 25. Joker is talking to the TV with the mafia people's there. Like, that's a squealer. I'm paying me to kill the Batman. And
right, and they don't like him, so he's threatens to blow him up with grenades, and he escapes from all the mobsters.
Yes. The black mafia guys weren't like him. The other guys were like kind of listening. The black guy really is like, nah.
Then we get the first, meeting of Batman, Harvey, and Gordon, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, jurisdiction, chasing Lau.
Oh, okay. That's what's going on. Yeah, okay. I forgot about Lau, honestly, at this point.
Because that's a whole subplot that doesn't really need to be in here.
And that's another problem with this movie. There's like 7 subplots. So many subplots that like take up 10 minutes and then they're gone. It's like, why did we even need this?
Which is fine, because I respect that the movie does answer every question for the most part. But my God, it feels like 2.5 hours that I don't want to sit through.
Here's a perfect example.
Yeah?
They get Lau coming up. And how far in the movie are that?
Then when that happens, when they get Lau?
Yeah.
It's probably about 45 minutes in when they.
And then we don't see it resolved in about the 2-hour mark.
We don't. They get Lau. The Joker does his crazy Joker shit with the chasing scene. Did we ever see Lau again after that?
No. Well, yeah.
Oh wait, he gets burned. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he gets burned.
But his subplot is so pointless.
But that's my point. By the time you get back to the subplot, it's like, oh yeah, that was happening in this movie, right?
There's so much in this movie.
Anyway, so there's Gordon and Dent can't get the loud, so they're sending Batman, and then Batman goes to Lucius Q so he can get some stuff.
Oh, I wanted to bring this up too. Lucius never brings it up to Wayne that Reese is on to them. You think he would mention that to Wayne?
We didn't get to that point yet.
Oh, we didn't. Okay, when we get to that point, he does bring it up. I was like, you should talk to Wayne about that.
That was such a superfluous plot point that I didn't even.
It was,
bother.
but it's like you would just think, "Hey, boss, there's a worker that kind of gets what we're doing. What should we do?"
Yeah,
with him?
but at the same time, Bruce would have been like, "Hey, Lucius, just take care of it for me."
I was thinking that, but at the same time, like, still just give the guy a heads up or something. Like, "Hey, boss, just so you know, this is happening."
Well, like everything else in this movie, maybe he did it off screen.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So one of the mobsters threatened Joker at that meeting, and he put a bounty on Joker. They bring in the Joker's body, and oh no, look, the Joker's not dead. What a surprise, he's not dead. Like, just... I mean, just from a storytelling point, obviously the viewer knows the Joker's not dead there.
Yes.
But the guy didn't even check his pulse or anything. He just...
Well, because you're going to think the body's right there. Why would they? I don't know. Like, would you check the pulse?
I would check the pulse because I was like, this is a fucking maniac who came out of here. I'm going to make sure
they don't know he's a maniac yet. Like, really, like, no one really knows this guy's that crazy.
He's dressed up like a clown and has grenades in his coat. He slammed one guy's head into a pencil.
Okay, fair.
Everyone's just so stupid. Anyway, the Joker's not dead and he kills the mobster.
And there's tryouts.
Oh, I forgot. Before he kills the mobster, this is the first of the how I got these scars thing.
Yes. Each story is different because he's a maniac and it's not the truth. This one's what mom and dad had a fight or some shit.
Yeah, and this is just the whole. The Joker doesn't have a true backstory, which technically he does now, but
does now.
I mean, he did then.
Okay.
Too. He did then. I think it was They established technically his origin in The Killing Joke in 1986.
Was it the Red Hood one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, technically that's kind of the recognized origin of the Joker, even though they still to this day try and tell you, the Joker's backstory is multiple choice, but everyone just like, if you say what's the Joker's backstory, if you're into comics, everyone he was the Red Hood, right? Yeah, it's been kind of in the zeitgeist now,
Yeah.
So yeah, he tells the story about how he gets, and I don't know how I feel about the whole how I got these scars thing. It's supposed to be scary and terrifying, right?
It's should be offsetting, off-putting, and the shit like that. Yeah, just unease. Gives you unease. Like,
maybe it's just me, but I'm looking at it. I'm just like, this is stupid.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel. I wasn't feeling
this. I liked it when I first saw it. Like, oh, that's really cool. And now I'm watching it now. Like, I enjoy this still. And I figured, like, he does it. He has one story for men, one story for women. Because he was gonna tell at the party. He crashes. He was gonna tell the guy the same story about his father. Like, hated my father. Let me tell you how I got these scars. Then Rachel interrupts. Like, oh, Rachel's here. I got these scars for my wife. So I think he changed up for one for women, one for men.
I don't think so. I think the idea is he's supposed to have a different story each time.
I thought so too, but I felt like he was doing the father thing too much with the guys. But maybe I don't know. But either way, I do enjoy his stories, and I do enjoy that bit.
I think the problem is it doesn't happen enough.
I think yeah. I just think like it could be overdone.
Like, it's only done twice throughout the movie, and he starts to do it a third time. And I know there's the whole rule of 3 thing.
Yes.
But the movie's too long.
Yes, so you kind of need more of them.
So it's like, and it doesn't really get over. It doesn't seem like it should. It doesn't feel as iconic as it's become. You know what I mean?
I can give you that.
I don't know. It bothered me a little bit, and I couldn't really place why.
That's fair.
And then we get Batman going to Hong Kong and kidnapping Lau, essentially. Yeah. So he goes there, beats up some guys. He
introduced the bat radar.
Oh, the bat radar, yeah. And he uses his gadgets and stuff, and uses a plane to get out with him and stuff like that. Doesn't Hong Kong have like a military to shoot that plane out of the sky?
You would think so, right?
Or something.
Definitely think so. But fun fact, that plane does exist. That was a CIA project back in the whatever the hell.
Yeah, I know, Skyhook.
Yeah, did not know that. It's been used a few times. It was in the James Bond movies.
Yeah, I know. So he takes Lau back to Gotham, and then Rachel interrogates him, and then they come up with the idea of a RICO case against all the mobsters, and so they arrest everybody.
Everyone, like 800 cases and accounts of this, and et cetera, et cetera,
Yep.
et cetera.
And so the mayor calls Harvey in here. He's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And then the copycat Batman slams against the wall. Glass. Yep. And then is it really the fundraiser after that?
Yeah, there's a lot of nothing in this movie.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a lot of things are just told to you too. Like
yes,
they're like, oh, the three people that the was it the commissioner, the judge that's going to prosecute the RICO case, and the DA's the Harvey Dent's DNA is on the card. That's who's next.
yeah. Again, that's Nolan's style. He walks you through by telling you this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. We can't get to F before we get to E. So that's his style of like, I'm gonna hand walk you guys through this shit with pretty pictures while I'm doing it.
Like I know the Joker would be theatrical and tell you, but I don't think he'd be that subtle to put their DNA on it. He would just say, "Hey, he put it in the form of a joke or something." Like, ooh,
Yeah.
you know,
Or have like blood prints on it, like fingerprints or some shit on
yeah,
it.
something
Something
like,
that you would see, not like
something that, yeah, exactly, something that would be visually noticeable and to make everyone panic.
yes, yes. And that's the thing about the Joker in this movie as well. For him being a menace to the society, he's really a menace to us, the viewers, and to the people who are investigating him. Yeah, people might know about the guy who just got hung, but I don't think
Yeah.
most people know about
Yeah, you know what?
all the shit that goes on. Yeah,
You know that you mentioned it. Does he kill a single civilian in this movie?
not on purpose. He kills cops a lot.
Cops aren't civilian. They're
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
they're
He kills a lot of uniform people, but he does not really terrorize civilians. He's gonna have the civilians kill each other.
He kills criminals,
Yep.
vigilantes,
Yep.
and government officials. He does
Yes.
not terrorize a
Nope.
single person. I guess the explosion at the hospital.
But even then, it was just people missing because everyone got evacuated.
Yeah, but
He
I mean,
doesn't-
but like as far as terrorizing the people, I guess if you're gonna blow up a hospital, I guess it's the only really time. But like, I don't think he kills a single person.
No, he's not. Again, he's not really like a true. Everyone should be afraid. But I don't know if that's his MO usually. So
Well, that's another thing. What is his motivation?
I don't know. Get Batman. That's it. First, I was going to kill a Batman. Now I'm alive. That's it.
Anyway, the fundraiser is happening. We find out that the Joker's targeting those guys. And then the Joker shows up to the fundraiser after Bruce chokes out Harvey Dent after the judge gets blown up in a car bomb and the judge gets poisoned from his drink.
How did Bruce find out that he's coming after Harvey?
I don't know.
I thought that was weird. Like, he's choking this guy. How the hell did he get news that it was going to happen?
I don't know. There's a lot of questionable things that happen in this. Like, how did he get into the commissioner's highly guarded office to poison his drink when he's dressed like a clown a lot of the time? And
I think those
there's even
because like he's got people everywhere. So I guess like he paid someone to do that. I guess
maybe but does he pay people? Because apparently he just shoots them all before they can take a
that's
piece
the thing.
of
Like how do you like if you're gonna work for the Joker? I know he hires crazy people, but like your friends are dying around you. You don't think he's going to like I don't know, man.
Yeah. So the Joker shows up the fundraiser. He does the whole Scar talk again, and then Batman shows up to stop him, and then he throws Rachel out a window, and Batman saves her.
No, they both die.
Huh?
They both die here.
No, I don't think so.
No,
actually,
TJ, they both die here. At least Rachel dies here.
Well, no, the whole point is that Batman took the brunt of the fall, and he's in his super suit essentially. That's comic book logic that I can just wave off.
I can't wave that off. Like I don't wait, come on, TJ. At least the guy in the car's dead. Like, come on, someone there is dead.
Not necessarily, no.
That was the same scene that Richard Pryor fell off the skyscraper in one of the Superman movies. Like, oh, I can walk it off, guys. Like, no.
Yeah, but
no.
that was different. That was stupid.
This is stupid too.
No, Batman walked out and he was saved there. I mean, he should have definitely used like one of his ropes or something to stop the fall.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
if he would've
understand
done
why. I
that-
don't understand why he didn't do it. But then I
Yes.
chalk it up to him being stupid Batman because he's stupid.
Exactly. Like if you used the
But-
the Batarang to at least slow the fall a little bit, I'm cool with that. But he just fully on took that fall from a skyscraper.
But that suit is designed to protect him and stuff like that. That's
Nah.
my whole thing. If he's wearing that stupid suit, it's the ultimate Deus Ex Machina,
Nope.
and it's just
I don't
comic
like that.
book.
It's the same thing that happened in one of the Halo series. Like Master Chief gets shot at and gets run over, he dies. But then when a cutscene, he falls out of the sky and lands on Earth and lives. Like, are you
Okay,
kidding
well,
me? Like, that's the same logic. It's just stupid.
I don't like those games. They're so terrible.
Neither do I.
So.
But like, there's a lot of will to look over. But that's just you're saying if you're holding me, TJ, and you're wearing a special suit, and we both fall out of a window, we're gonna live because your special suit's gonna absorb all the impact, and the sudden stop won't jolt my brain and organs inside my body.
In comic books, sure.
Yeah, that's dumb.
In
They're
a
both
comic book, to be fair, I'll give you this. In Nolan's universe, it doesn't make sense.
No.
But as far as comic book logic, that makes perfect
Yes.
sense.
Okay. They're both dead here, but the movie will continue.
Well, no, we're gonna kill Rachel off in like 20 minutes. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so Dent's pissed off because they tried to murder him, so he's gonna make loud talk. I guess I don't think anything actually comes of that. He goes, he's pissed. He walks into the jail cell and he's like, "You're gonna tell me everything about the Joker," and nothing. I don't think anything comes of it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
no.
Then we cut over to Batman being sad and Alfred giving one of his many pep talks.
Talks about the village murderer.
Yeah, about how this guy doesn't care about money and he just wants to watch the world burn because we need that quote.
Oh god.
And then Joker killed two more cops. With the last one has the last name of Dent, one has the last name of Harvey. So I wonder who he's going after next.
Oh, curious. Is it Rachel? Maybe.
I don't know, but then after that, I wrote in my notes figuring things out.
Yeah, there's a montage of like Bruce doing detective work and figure out the fingerprint of a bullet that's not really there. Some magical way.
Okay. And this is where Reese blackmails Lucius.
Yes.
He says, "I found out that Batman you're developing stuff for Batman and he's Bruce Wayne's and I want $10 million a year for the rest of my life."
That's a high offering price, man. $10 million a year? They would just kill you at that point.
I mean, then Lucius pretty much says, "You were going to blackmail one of the most powerful, richest men in the world who spends his nights beating up thugs with his bare fists." And he's like, "You keep this, I'm good."
Which is a great line. It's great.
And then we're dead.
Okay, so still tell your boss that happened.
I told you, it happened off screen. And then we go to the funeral of Commissioner Loeb, right?
Yes. The Black Commissioner, yeah, I don't know what his name was.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if this was a funeral because there was like a parade happening.
No, that's what they do. It's a big ceremony for a higher official. Police member dies.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so they're doing this and they're worried about, like, I guess a sniper.
Yeah.
And Batman figures out somehow a room that he would be in during this. I don't know.
They don't tell you, do they?
No, I don't. He just happens to get a room number there or something from someone tells him something, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm going there now. And he goes there, and he finds that the honor guard for the parade is tied up, and no one noticed the Joker in uniform.
Right. I thought that no one noticed this guy with green hair. His makeup's off, but the guy with the scars on his face.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The scars are blatantly there. It's
half his face.
No one sees the giant smile scars that he's been talking about for the last hour.
The guy in the news the past few days, no one sees this in a police parade of detectives. No one sees this? Okay, sure. Dumb. So dumb.
Anyway, they try to shoot the mayor, but Gordon saves them and jumps away, and oh no, Gordon gets shot and killed.
Which is dumb. It's dumb. That's part of his plan somehow.
Yeah, we'll get to how the plan doesn't work when we get to the...
There's no sense.
Yeah, this is... Believe me, because this plan only works if Batman, Dent, and Gordon were all working together.
Yes.
It would work. It would work perfectly that way.
Yes.
But none of them are coordinated. They're all in the dark.
Exactly. So dumb.
They're all in the dark.
You
It's like
couldn't tell me, Gordon. I gotta keep my family safe. I'm the Batman. I'm here to protect you guys.
it's like if they were all working together on this, it would make sense. It honestly
Yes.
would have. But
Yes.
it's because everyone's doing their own thing. Everything falls apart.
No, this is randomness, I can tell. Like, this is definitely just random luck bullshit.
Anyway, the cops captured one of Joker's goons, and then so Harvey steals the ambulance
Yeah, it's just like, I don't like that.
to show that he's maybe not as good as he says he
Yeah,
is.
I guess.
I don't know. And so we get a scene of the cops telling Gordon's family that he's dead.
Oh, when Harvey takes the guy has Rachel's name tag, right?
Yes.
He doesn't call her until after he interrogates the guy. Why not? That should be the first phone call I would make once to see, oh, my girlfriend's name's on your chest. I should call her right now, make sure she's okay. Why? I'm not gonna wait till after I beat the crap out of you.
He calls her eventually.
Eventually, like, you crazy son of a bitch. You have my girlfriend's name on your chest. Hold on, let me call her real quick. Hey, babe, okay? You're alive still? Go somewhere safe and hide. They're after you. Don't ask questions. They're after you.
She can wait a couple hours.
It's so dumb.
No one's gonna kidnap her and tie her to a chair.
Exactly. They gotta wait till he gets kidnapped too. It's just stupid. This movie has a lot of dumb shit to it, but I still enjoy it.
So then Batman goes clubbing.
I'll give you this though. This movie was inspired a lot by the 1989 movie because that Joker is kind of similar to this Joker in very, very, very small things. And I feel this movie definitely inspired the new one that came out.
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm not saying like.
But I don't know if it inspired it so much as the source material that inspired this movie inspired that movie too. Because this was inspired by the Long Halloween, and fair. So was the Batman.
Yeah,
I think the source material is just very popular, and it just gives it a similar feel.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, going back to my pun where Batman's clubbing. He goes to a club and starts clubbing people. And yeah, he's going after Maroni.
Is this Falcone?
No, Falcone was the first
last
movie.
one. Okay.
Maroni's this one. And meanwhile, now Harvey Dent calls his girlfriend, telling him he tells her to go somewhere safe.
Place, yes.
And she says Bruce Wayne's loft.
Yes.
Which makes sense because she does his Batman.
Yes.
But she's in the middle of a police station.
But they can't be trusted.
Granted.
I don't know if they know that yet or not. But yeah, she's in a police fucking station. You're right.
Granted, everything else that happens in the police station later, but they don't know any of this is going to happen.
Yeah,
It's almost like all the actors, not the actors, all the characters in the movie read the script to the movie and said, "Oh, we can't go to the police station. Stay in the police station."
Movie's got a movie, yeah. That's what it is. We need her to get caught. How can we get caught? Go from a police station place to a billionaire mansion. You're fine. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Harvey Dent is interrogating Joker's goon, and then Batman shows up and says, "You're not allowed to do that. That's bad, Harvey Dent. You're supposed to be my retirement, Harvey Dent.
I like that.
You need to do this so I don't have to do this anymore."
I like that a lot. I like that Bruce Wayne fully believes in Harvey Dent. I do like that. He's banking on this guy to be the guy.
I agree. I like the relationship, except I don't like Bruce's motivation.
Yes. Yeah. No,
because I don't believe for a second that he would stop being Batman for any reason.
No.
So even he just has another ally in the DA, someone that he truly trusts, like a Gordon. And that's a good relationship that they have in the comics and stuff like that.
Yes.
Which makes when he becomes Two-Face all that more tragic and stuff like that. But this is just stupid. Harvey, you need to be the best guy in the world so I don't have to be Batman anymore, so I can steal your girlfriend and live happily ever after.
Well, she was my girlfriend first, so I deserve her back. Yeah, he's very toxic in this movie, when you say it out loud. He's like almost like Peter Parker from the movies.
Not quite that bad.
But. No. But, I had a point I was going to say. It's gone. Whatever.
Then we cut over to the penthouse where Bruce is like, yeah, I'm retiring, so, me and you, we're going to kiss right now. So, me and you, right? And she's like, sure, okay. I'm going to change my mind in about 15 minutes, so don't hold me to this.
Don't hold me to this.
And then I wrote, bye, Batman, in my notes.
Because Batman and Alfred are...
Oh, right, he's going to turn himself in here.
Yeah.
He's
then we get to the scene,
Yeah, he's going to turn himself in because... that's gonna stop the Joker from killing people.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
This
say.
is
That's another thing I don't like about these Batman movies. Not just this one particular, but a lot of them. Batman just always wants to stop being Batman, which is fine. I guess that's his thing throughout the movie comics. But there's never like a series like he's just doing the thing because he's got to do it.
I don't know. It's just like, again, my problem is motivations and
Yes.
logic. It's like almost like I just said, is going to turn himself in and get arrested so the Joker can stop killing people.
But if
But
you know the
now you're
Joker,
but now you're arrested and you know he wants to kill you. So now he's going to kill a bunch more cops to get to the prison in order to get to you.
yes.
So he's going to kill more people. And then when he's done with you, he's just going to go back to what he was doing before, which was killing people.
Exactly. If the Batman's whole thing is to stop this kind of shit, he would never turn himself in.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But now, if this was part of the plan,
Yes. Yes, if they were all three of it in together, like, okay, we'll do this.
now I would even excuse the fact that he's telling Rachel that he's going to turn himself in and that he's at the press conference to turn himself in. Even though that's stupid, I would even excuse that as like that's just movie, and so you need to do something. If he was in on the plan,
Yes.
that was just if it was just a misdirection to us as the viewers.
Yes.
To make you think, even though no one in a million years is ever going to believe he's going to do it. But, it's just how scripts and stuff work. You can believe it. But since no one knows what anyone's doing, this is all stupid.
It's the dumbest.
So at the press conference, Harvey's like, I know who Batman is. Well, he doesn't know who Batman is. He's like, Batman's going to turn himself in, but we shouldn't let him because we can't give in to this terrorist. And everyone's like, no, he's a terrorist. Let him turn himself in, which, from their point of view makes sense.
Yeah.
But so, all right, Harvey's like, fine, I'm Batman.
Well, he does it in such a way. Like, why is Wayne there?
Because he's there to turn himself in.
Yeah, but as the average citizen,
does
Bruce Wayne usually go to places like this?
No, he doesn't. That's a
so.
Good point.
Like, why the Bruce Wayne? Are you Batman, Bruce Wayne, or like why is Wayne
are you here, Wayne? Yeah, what are you doing here?
What money are you invested in this? None. Then why the shit are you here? So like, there's just a lot of questions to that. Whatever.
Maybe he's just really curious who Batman is.
I guess. I don't know. He's dumb.
Well, yeah, so he turns himself in. And if Bruce was so devoted to turning himself in, why didn't he let Harvey just do it?
Right?
Was his speech that enthralling to say, I gotta be Batman now?
Like, why not just text him beforehand? Hey, by the way, I'm Batman. I'm gonna turn myself in when you do this. Or like, just like, oh, god damn it, so dumb.
Anyway, so then him getting arrested leads into
a cool car chase.
The big action scene, essentially.
Yes, the pinnacle halfway point. Oh my god, we're only an hour 15 into the movie, TJ.
But Rachel gives the letter to Alfred beforehand.
Yes.
And you wouldn't think this is a point worth covering, but apparently it's a point that needs to be fucking covered. Because it keeps coming back.
For some reason. And there's no resolution to it either.
It doesn't get resolution in the next movie, I think it does.
He reads to himself. Yeah, I think he does bring it up later next week. I don't know.
I was gonna save I was gonna save it for the Dark Knight Rises, but because I don't remember, and I would have to watch it. But is the letter in that movie?
He burns it in this one. He might be. I think he brings. I don't know. I don't remember.
I remember him handed him a letter. Did they forget that he burns it in this movie? I could be wrong.
I hated the movie so much. I've only seen it once. I couldn't tell you until we see it again.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out then. But that always bothered me. I was not bothered me. It's like, wait, he burns it at the end of this one, but doesn't it come back in the next movie?
Unless he writes it again and it's...
I don't know. It's
oh, shit.
Stupid letter. It's just... It's pointless. Anyway, so essentially, I actually wrote bait here as thinking, because at this point I forgot everything was not tied together.
Oh, okay.
And then I realized, wait, none of this is tied together. I implanted it in my head that they were all working on this together.
Yeah.
Because that's how it should have been.
Exactly. Bumble getting lucky. They're like, oh, you were in it too? Like,
he's going to be bait, and then he gives Rachel the coin, and we finally get the reveal that it's the two-headed coin.
Oh,
I mean, anyone who's ever seen a Batman anything knows that. Anyway, we get the big car chase in... Oh, okay. I wrote doesn't make sense in my notes. And I was like, what doesn't make sense?
The thing we've been bitching about for the past 10
Yeah.
minutes.
I was like, oh, okay. So after the car chasing, somebody gets out, and because Joker's got Batman on the ground at the end, because for some reason Batman didn't like clothesline him or something while he was like on the ground instead of running him over. I don't know. Whatever. He's got Batman tied on the ground there, and he's about to beat him up, and then a cop shows up, puts a shotgun on the back of his Joker's head, and guess what? It's Gordon!
What?
He's
No,
not
what?
dead!
What?
Oh, man. None of this makes sense.
No.
Everyone's got their own plan. It's like, what?
And it magically works out.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I mean, apparently he didn't even tell his own cops, Gordon,
Yes.
that he did this, because none of the cops knew who he was.
No.
And so how did he pull half of this shit off anyway?
Right?
Was his plan to just drive that truck? Was
Who
that
did
his whole plan?
I guess. Like, who did he trust enough to, like...
Because, wait, now that I'm thinking about it, what was Gordon's plan? Because was it to get for Harvey to turn himself in and to drive him to the next thing? Was it to get Batman in? He was shot before Batman even decided to turn himself in. What the frig was his plan?
I think Jordan... I don't know. I guess he was trying to work behind the scenes without... I don't know.
But it's pulled off like this was the whole point of everything. Like this was we got the Joker. This was our plan all along. But no one was working together on it. And what was your plan? You just drove a car.
Yeah, because initially he didn't know this was going to go on.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's really stupid. It's really dumb. I think it's because his plan was to... See, we shouldn't have to fill in the blanks for this movie.
No.
I think his plan was, just me excusing the movie, was that he's going to pretend he was dead to work behind the scenes by himself and then figure it out along the way. And got lucky that this was the thing he was going to do.
Well, that's a really bad plan.
It's a very bad plan. Especially because his family thinks he's dead. Like,
right, and it's like when he captures the Joker, he says, "We got you. Like we did something really good and accomplished this." When you did nothing. Batman flipped up truck as he was chasing Dent, and he put his guard down for 1 second.
dumb.
Any cop could have put that shotgun to the Joker's head, and it would have ended the scene.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really stupid.
Oh, and also, Batman blows up his Batmobile in this because it's stupid.
Because they want to show off the next level of Batmobiles, and it was a Bat bike. Pretty cool, right, guys?
Whatever. So they caught the Joker, and guess what? This is enough to get Gordon promoted to commissioner because I guess he did something.
Which makes no sense either. Because, okay, man's dead. Like, he's dead. So how you can promote someone that's dead? He would have found someone else by now, right? Unless he was in on the plan too or some shit. Like, oh, you're not dead? You lied to all of us? You're commissioner now. What?
Well, I mean, as far as not replacing him, there could be red tape involved with that. Or they just didn't have anybody in place to replace him or whatever. Or they just didn't think about it.
But why this guy?
I can excuse that because he's a hero. He brought in the Joker. Even though he brought in the Joker and pretty much destroyed the police station in the process, and gets someone killed, gets another person horribly scarred because of this action, and still gets promoted to commissioner, even though his success was actually nothing but another disaster and failure.
See, he's commissioner now, and his family's safe.
Yeah, he goes home and gets slapped by his wife, and tells his son that he's saved Batman and does not give a shit about his daughter whatsoever.
I forgot he had a daughter.
Yeah. You know what's even weirder? Is the fact that they focus on the son. Because, one, that's Joffrey, by the way.
The first one was. This one isn't.
Is that Joffrey this time?
No, I think they changed the kid around, yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever. He still looks like Joffrey. But the son is such a minor character in Batman lore, and his daughter's Batgirl.
Well, no one cares. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Apparently, no. I actually don't. I don't know why they changed it to the son. It almost feels a little sexist because Gordon's relationship with his daughter has always been well established. He loves his daughter more than he loves his son. And you know what? His son turns out to be a serial killer.
Of course.
So it's weird that they're focusing on the son here. I'm getting a little feeling that Nolan's a little bit sexist, honestly.
Oh, he might be.
Considering the way he treats his female characters.
Yeah, he could be. Definitely could be.
Whatever.
Oh, the interrogation scene happens. That's what's happening.
Yeah, where Batman's, abuses Joker because
It's just
that's
like the thing that's good about the new Batman movie. They show the hatred the cops have for Batman and the non-trust. This one, they just let Batman and Gordon do the things they want to do. Like there's no pushback. And Batman just does this interrogation scene by beating the shit out of the Joker. Granted, it's just terrorists, so I get why they'd be cool with it. But like, still, it just feels off. Feels weird.
the interrogation scene was not as impactful as I remember it being. Honestly,
Why is that?
I don't know. I just remember it being more. I don't know. It just felt like Batman is nothing but a brute when it's supposed to be like this face-to-face iconic moment.
Oh, you thought it was more clever and more like...
Yeah, I thought it was...
No, he's just beating the shit out of a guy.
Yeah, No, that was...
Honestly, he doesn't even say anything. He's like, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Like, and the Joker's like, this is all I'm getting from you? She's hearing here, I guess. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's no, like, cleverness and, like, wittiness and, like, them outsmarting each other.
I'm beginning to think that people fill in the scenes that are missing in this movie, and that's why they think it's so good.
Maybe.
Because I remember things playing out differently from the last time I see it. Like, I remember, like, this scene being more than it was. Like, I just remember it being better than it actually is.
I think this movie suffers from it being clever and edgy for someone young. But when you truly critically think about this movie, it's not those things.
No.
Like when you're in high school, when you're going from like high school boy, or girl, whatever, going into college, you have movies you think are edgy and next level. Fight Club, Pulp Fiction, this. When they you hindsight, yeah, they kind of are, but there's things that are totally flawed with them that don't make them as great as they are. And I think that's what this movie suffers from.
Anyway, so yeah, pretty much Joker says, you gotta choose between Dan or Rachel. And then Batman goes, where are they?
Oh, also, the villain carried this movie. People liked Heath Ledger a lot.
Yeah, wow. We said that 7 times.
What?
We've already said that 7 times.
So, if it really wasn't for him, this movie would not have gotten...
Yeah, I know. I said that. And you argued with me 10, 20 minutes ago.
God and Right argued it. I agree.
You argued against me about that 20 minutes ago.
But I do mostly agree now. Because we're going through this beat by beat. And man, this movie's really stupid, isn't it?
So yeah, after Where Are They? We get
Batman's not smart. Where are they? He's like, Joker's like, really, dude? I thought you were smarter than this.
He does.
He's like, okay, they're here and here. Jesus Christ, bro. It's like Batman's like, thank you. It's like, it's so stupid. He's got no dialogue, Batman. It's just dumb.
Oh man, it's so bad.
Oh shit! But it's a pretty looking film, so I give it that.
Oh man, it was at this point where every time Batman talked, I started to roll my eyes. It was so bad. It's like, why are you breathing in between every one of your words?
Because you gotta do the fake voice. It's exhausting. And to be fair, he's always running around, playing catch up to the Joker's shit.
I guess. Anyway, so it's pretty much it's a montage essentially of Batman and Gordon racing to save both Dent and Rachel as the Joker escapes the prison by instigating the one cop to beat him up, which immediately turns against him because how did he get a knife?
It wasn't a knife. It was a glass from the broken mirror.
Oh, yes. Okay. I was about to say. Well, he holds him hostage, and because he wants his one phone call. God damn it!
Yep, which is a myth. Doesn't really exist.
What, one phone call?
Yeah.
Anyway, he gets his one phone call, and apparently he's calling his goon, who he stitched the phone inside his stomach, and the goon was complaining about his stomach for the last 15 minutes, and then he blows up.
Yes, because the phone call had a detonator in it or something. And this explosion from this one guy is strong enough to destroy the whole precinct.
Except for the Joker, though. Joker just takes the explosion. He's just standing there. His hostage and his glass disappears and stuff, But, I don't understand. The Joker, do surgery on this guy when he wasn't paying attention? Does he not know there's a phone inside of him?
No, the guy agreed to it, but he didn't know what the guy Joker was putting in him.
He agreed to do it, but he doesn't know there was a phone in him.
Yes, because he gets the Joker put him under with laughing gas or Joker uses. And the guy's like, I'm awake and better now, kind of, but not really. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
No,
that's enough.
it's part of the Joker's clever plan to get caught and have all this happen.
Yeah, apparently. Brilliant plan that he had no part in doing. It was Batman's, Commissioner Gordon's, and Harvey Dent's
So
three
all
separate...
four of them had to be lucky enough for this to work out. It's just so stupid. It's not just the three good guys, but the Joker too. They all wanted
They all had their own plans.
So stupid.
And they all just happened to intersect. They all intersect in the perfect way in order for it to work.
That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Oh, man.
Whatever. Anyway, so Batman goes to save Rachel. What? Oh, Joker switched the locations. He's actually saving Harvey Dent. Why didn't he just lie and tell him a different place altogether?
He wants them to see their failures. I don't know, man. He wants to show them, like, I tricked you again, you morons.
All right, well then why tell him not tell him one place and the other place be empty? And
I don't know. Maybe because he knew.
Because at this place, they technically have a chance to save both of them.
Maybe because he knows Batman's a little faster somehow.
Somehow, okay. He just so happens to be a little faster on his shitty motorbike that happens to pop out of his stupid shitty tank.
Police don't have access to helicopters, so Batman's a little bit faster, TJ.
Oh, okay.
That's the logic.
You mean the helicopter that Joker literally just crashed?
Yep. That was the one and only helicopter they had. I can guarantee it.
Because their cars are not made for speed or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rachel gets blown up.
There probably isn't an officer on duty around that area. I guarantee it. It's just Batman's just really fast.
Or both areas? Okay. Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Or, you don't even need a police. What about, like, I don't know, fire?
Yeah. Ambulance, anyone who has a thing that communicates.
Somebody in an official capacity.
Oh,
hey, there's a bomb over. There's a bomb over there. Bomb squad. You don't have anyone to do that.
Oh, we're like 1 minute. We're like 2 minutes away from the area. We got it, guys. Don't worry. It's stupid. Yeah. That's what happens though. It's cinematic. It's cool.
Anyway, after the Joker was nice enough to let Harvey and Rachel talk to each other for some reason over a phone, Rachel blows up. And Harvey only gets his face burned off because I guess he's laying in gasoline, because that's how that explosion stuff works. Sure. Anyway.
So dumb. It's just his face, too. Not his whole body. It's just his face.
Yeah, just his face. Just his face. Just the face that was in the liquid, too, because the explosion way behind him just managed to spread far enough out onto the ground and hit him. And the wet ground didn't disperse the fire or anything. Whatever. We're good. Anyway, Bruce is sad that Rachel's dead. So Alfred goes to give her the letter, but he's like, she was going to wait for me, Alfred. And he's like, I read that letter. No, it's happening. You don't need to see this. And he steals the letter and doesn't show him that Alfred was said she was going to marry Harvey Dent in the letter. And then she tells him she was going to marry, and then she blows up because she's just there to die.
She's a woman.
Yep, she's just there to die.
She's a woman created by Nolan for this reason.
Yep, she's just...
A plot point.
A plot point, exactly.
To make Batman sad. And the Joker more
No. That makes Batman sad and to make Harvey angry.
Yeah. I hate it, TJ.
That's even worse. It wasn't even just the killer off the further one male character spot, but the further three male character spot. And then we get the Two-Face reveal as he's talking to Gordon, and he blames Gordon because his cops are corrupted. He trusted those cops. Whatever.
Yeah, I think it falls too quick and easy. I know it's devastating his girlfriend just died. I get it. It's all devastating. I get it. It's just, it feels like it's still too easy. Like he goes straight madman. Like, not even slow descent. He goes straight to being Gotham's White Knight. And we did see glimpses of him, like, interrogating people. But he goes straight to, I want to murder everyone that did me wrong because my one girlfriend just passed away. It's like, come on.
They should have played up a little bit of the mania that he has.
Yes. Something.
Like, they showed a coin a lot, but, like, maybe have him a little bit obsessed with it and assess what probabilities and stuff like that. Because in the beginning, he's like, I make my own luck. And then towards the end, the coin is like, oh, now I'm all about probability and chance. Maybe if he was always about probability and chance, and that he has the coin so that he can have the probabilities in his favor, it would have make more sense that he's crazy in this way, and that now he relies on the coin in
Yeah.
that mania.
Because you're saying he's all about luck and fate. Like, it must have been fate that led him to this point. Like, it's just dumb. It's just very weak.
Yeah, whatever. So we get the Two-Face reveal, essentially, and then we cut over to the Joker burning his half of the money, and does he kill the mobsters here?
He burns his half the money, which does burn the other half of the money of the mobsters. And on top of that money pile is Lau. And he does threaten the other guy. Like, I guess he does kill him, but mostly off screen, because he says we're going to chop you up for your pooches to eat.
Okay.
And we never see him again, so I guess he did kill him.
So that whole plot point's wrapped up there. We still have an hour in this movie, because that was the whole start of the movie. That was what this movie was about for about a half hour.
Well, this is the character arc part for Joker.
So here it is. Okay, we're doing this plot line. Now we're bored of this plot line. Let's go to this plot point. Nah, we're done with this plot point. Let's go do this plot point instead. Well, nah.
Because now they're going back to the Reese thing. Remember that was going on, guys? The Reese thing? You remember, right?
This movie has ADD.
It does. It's like, oh shit, we have that thing to do too.
And it's not paced well.
No. It feels like a long movie. It feels... Because at least the new Batman movie didn't feel like 3 hours. Up until like the last 10 minutes, maybe. But this one, you feel every minute marching by.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of, like, just moping and stuff happening here. And these scenes and then we find out Reese is going to tell everyone who Batman is so the Joker will stop killing everybody. But nope, Joker's like, nah, I don't want Batman dead anywhere. Someone kill Reese or I'm going to... What was he? Blow up a hospital.
No, he already did that. No, he didn't do that. Yeah, you're right.
You know, he's going to blow up a hospital if someone doesn't kill Reese. And then... So we get another montage of pretty much the Joker talking to Harvey Dent and, convincing him that he's got to be evil, essentially.
No, there's no way he would convince this man. This man would shoot the Joker right in the face. I do not believe that this character
he's got to flip a coin.
No, there's just no way. I don't... His girlfriend that he even, she just died because this guy, there's no talking around it. Like, yeah, I didn't kill her. My men that I hired caught her, set the shit up that I bought with him, stolen money. Like, I did put all the pieces together, but I didn't kill her. Like, no, you still shoot the man. There's no way this scene plays out than it does.
But he's got to play the chances here.
I hate it. Like, he has a Joker in his face. He should have just shot his face off. That's it. Like, it's just dumb. Like how crazy did he go from... It must have been the explosion that did it or some shit. It makes no sense.
This movie's terrible.
It's not terrible. It's still decent.
It's terrible. The more I talk about it, the more I hate it.
Because there's just so much stupidity. Like, this happens because this has to happen because we want this to happen because wouldn't it be cool if this happens and it's pretty looking if we do this. But what about the logic, sir? The logic. We're doing it for the movie and the money. Like, oh my god.
Anyway, Two-Face flips the coin to see if he's going to kill Joker, and Joker stays alive because he was lucky.
Nope. I think he would have killed the Joker and then done his routine or something. There's no way. It's just no way.
Meanwhile, while all that's happening, the regular citizens of Gotham are trying to kill Reese because, that's how normal people react.
Yeah, because they don't want the hospital to get destroyed.
And so the cops are they're transporting him somewhere. I don't know where they're taking him.
Yeah, they don't tell you. We're moving him.
Yeah, we're moving him, and so one guy's about to crash into him with his car, but Bruce Wayne decides he's going to take his Lamborghini out instead of being Batman for some reason, and then he pulls the car in front of the guy and gets hit instead of the van, and he pretends he doesn't know why he did it. So... all the hospitals, I guess, are being evacuated, according to you.
Yeah, she does.
Even though we only really see the Harvey Dent's hospital getting evacuated.
Yes.
And during his conversation with Harvey Dent, this is where Joker brings up he doesn't plan anything.
Yes.
There's no plan. He just does from thing to thing, except everything he does is planned.
Which is,
including what you're doing right now. Your plan of turning Harvey Dent evil is part of the plan, and blowing up this hospital is part of your plan.
Yeah. And yet Harvey falls for that. Like, yeah, you know what? You don't have plans. Like, no, man. You're missing half a face because of his plans. You're missing your girlfriend because of his plans. This is all because of his plans, man.
Anyway, the hospital blows up.
It's cool, though. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, and it's got that funny moment where it doesn't blow up, so that's something.
See, that's a saving grace in this movie. Like, some cool things happen in it.
It's not a saving grace. It's like when the bad things overpile the good things, it's not a saving grace. It's like, well, at least that's something.
This is a montage movie. Like, you take the best things out of the movie and you just show those best things, and the rest of the movie doesn't matter. It's just the best things.
I don't think we talked about the first Joker video, but
Oh, no, we didn't.
yeah, where Joker's home movies. This is where Home Movies Part 2 comes in, and Joker's making Michael Anthony Hall.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, right? That's who it is?
No way.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Is that him, though?
Yeah, Breakfast Club.
Is that him?
Candles. Yeah, it's Anthony Michael Hall. Or Michael Anthony Hall.
No way.
Oh, yeah, no. His name is Michael Anthony Hall, but he's professionally Anthony Michael
But that's
Hall.
him in the movie? He's the reporter?
He's the reporter.
Oh,
he's the guy
shit.
that's got the guy interviewing Reese.
Yeah. Holy crap. No way.
Yeah, I thought I was right.
Wow. I wonder why he always looked familiar. Like, that guy's a good actor. He should be in more things. Now I know. Wow.
Yeah, I thought I recognized him. But anyway, yeah, so in the first one, it was one of the Batman vigilantes.
Yeah, it was the Bat Dad, yeah.
And they're not bad. He does a good terrifying Joker thing. It feels a little Saw-ish, but, you know.
Yes. They're
good.
Yep. Two-Face goes on his rampage because he's motivated.
Yeah.
Now.
He kills the one cop who... So, here's another thing.
Yeah.
These cops...
Yes.
Put them in cars, right? But they didn't look in to see who's driving their cars.
Right?
Okay, you're putting me in this car to take me to safe. I don't recognize that guy. Who is that guy?
The guy I'm about to sit right next to, who's missing half a face. Who is that? Who is that guy?
I'm not talking about that.
No.
I'm talking about when they put Harvey Dent and Rachel in the two cars. The cops put them into cars, led them into cars, and they're like, who's driving? Who's that driver? He's not in uniform. Or he's in a uniform. I don't recognize. Maybe Rachel would get away with Rachel, but he's the DA.
Because at that point in the movie, like you're saying, they shouldn't trust anyone. Even if they caught the Joker, you still can't trust anyone. Ugh. And the rampage he's going on is justified, because he is killing the people that did him and Rachel. So I get that. He's killing those people.
But he's not killing them. He's going to them and flipping a coin, and if they don't land on the right side, he kills them. And if they do, he just knocks them out.
Yeah, and now they'll wake up like, oh, hey guys, Harvey Dent's loose and killing people now.
Anyway, so yeah, he does that, and then we get a reveal of Deep State Batman.
Yeah, Lucius Fox is not happy with this.
No, and now Joker makes the threat, and people try to start evacuating. But you can't take bridges or tunnels because he's done something to them. And so everyone's going to take the ferry and, I guess, planes, I don't know, and land routes, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
Falcone dies. Or Moretti, whatever the guy's name is.
Is that happening?
Yes. That's
I didn't write
Two-Face's rampage, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was... No, I have that in my notes next.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, So, Joker announces it, and then we get Maroni gets put into the car, and he doesn't realize Two-Face is sitting in his car, or his person that he's working for, the limo driver, doesn't tell him that, hey, there's Two-Face in the car with you.
Literally, he's sitting there, man.
And so he's like, okay, and then the driver continues to drive, even though Two-Face is sitting in the back with him. He doesn't stop the car or anything. He doesn't say, hey, what are you doing? But no, Two-Face flips his coin. Maroni lives, but his driver doesn't. And so he shoots the driver, crashes the car, and I guess Maroni dies?
I guess.
But Two-Face does it?
He sees Two-Face putting a seatbelt on, like, oh, you're putting a seatbelt on? I should put mine on too then, right? Like,
and does the seatbelt save him, I guess?
I guess, man. It's dumb. That's dumb. The guy has to survive the fall from a roof. So the ice in his car crashed, and it kind of crashes.
Anyway, so now we get into the third ending here, because now the Joker's got two ferries wired up with bombs. We already explained all this earlier with the prisoners and stuff. So he's got that. Meanwhile, Harvey Dent is found out who the other cop is that put Rachel in the car, which was the girl Ramirez, which, okay, she was like throughout the movie, but she's had like 3 lines. Why do we care? Exactly.
She's just there.
And she's literally just a plot point too, because she's there to call Gordon's family to get so Harvey Dent can kidnap him, and then he can knock her out because I guess he didn't want to kill another woman in this one, or because that would really look bad.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, we should just keep this one alive, guys. I guess.
And so Harvey Dent pretty much kidnaps Gordon's family here. So, and now Joker, Batman and Lucius uses their deep state technology to track everyone's cell phones.
This part of the movie, the 2 hour point into this last half hour just drags, man.
So yeah, they got this. I guess they got everyone's cell phone. I guess they could just hack everyone's cell phone.
It's just use it as a radar bullshit system.
Radar bullshit. Yeah, they managed to find out what a Joker is, and he's got a bunch of people held hostage, but the hostages are dressed as clowns, and the clowns are dressed as the hostages, or doctors for some reason.
Yeah, the bad guys are doctors, good guys are clowns. That's just misdirection, guys.
Yeah, misdirection. But, and Gordon's too angry. He's got to save Harvey. He can't take a moment to realize that this is part of the plan. You're an idiot. And then he doesn't
they write Gordon so bad in this movie, man.
And it doesn't even stop to think about it when he finds out that Harvey's not in there and he kidnapped his family. He doesn't say, hey, wait a minute, we should think about this. Maybe Batman's actually right on this point.
Oh my God.
And so we spend the next 15 minutes with Batman beating up SWAT officers.
Yep.
And then the SWAT officers are like, oh, shit, look, these are the guys who are actually...
Yeah, Batman was right. Batman's a good guy, guys. Batman's smart sometimes. What? That's what happened.
And then we get our, awesome fight of Joker and Batman, which is 3 seconds long.
Yeah.
And half of it is Batman beating up on dogs. Batman really doesn't... He really doesn't like dogs.
No, he hates them from beginning to end.
He throws one of them off of a roof.
He threw one in the beginning of the movie. He throws one here. Like, God damn, Batman.
But he throws one off like a ledge.
It's not a person, so he can kill animals. That's okay. But not, as long as he doesn't kill people.
That's right. Dogs are disgusting things anyway.
Oh, how dare you. I'll keep that in so people hate you.
I said it so people would hate me. It's okay.
Anyways, more dilemmas with people on the cruise ships or ferries.
Yeah, so, we spend the next 10 minutes wondering if the bad guys are going to blow up the civilians and the civilians is going to blow up the bad guys. But, oh, no, look, what a twist. The bad guys are actually not going to do it, and the civilians are the one acting irrational, and they're going to do it. But no, they cower, they chicken out. I don't even think they decided it was a moral choice. They were like, I don't want to be responsible.
Yeah.
I could go to jail for this.
Exactly. And what's funny, though, like, if you know the Joker's MO throughout the whole movie, the detonators are probably to their own bombs.
Of course they are. Yeah.
So if you don't, like, as them, they don't know that. But as us, we should all know that. Like, don't push that button, man. You're going to kill yourself up, blow yourself up.
And then 12 o'clock hits and the Joker is not even ready to push the damn button. He should have it wired so that it would automatically go off.
Exactly.
Not, just pull out a detonator so Batman can stop you from doing it.
Exactly.
And then Batman throws him off a ledge and beats him up and wins.
I feel this like an homage to the Jack Nicholson fall. But this time Batman saves him.
Yeah, and then I just wrote Batman's voice here because it's really bad here.
That's always bad.
Meanwhile, Gordon goes to where Harvey Dent is, and Dent has his family, and Dent's like, who do you love more? And apparently it's his son, which I call bullshit on, but whatever. But Batman shows up, and it's like, okay, look, Two-Face, come on, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You're my way out of this, man.
Yeah. Come on. I need you.
It really is that lame, isn't it?
Pretty much. Anyway, Two-Face is like, okay, fine. We'll play the probability game again, and we'll each get a 1. All right, Batman, you're first up. You lose, Batman. Shoot you in the bulletproof vest that you know he has on. You've been working with him the whole goddamn movie. You know he's not dead. Whatever. All right, my turn. I'll go shoot myself. Nope, of course the coin comes up, but, I can't shoot myself because, that's just how it works. Oh. All right, Gordon, I'm going to flip this coin, but I'm not going to shoot you if it comes up bad. I'm going to shoot your son. So, because of Rachel. But no, Batman tackles him off of the ledge and saves the son, but Harvey falls, and then Batman falls. So Gordon goes down there and says, "Oh man, we gotta call this in. This is gonna destroy Gotham." Batman's like, "You know what? I got another way I can get out of being Batman. Hold on. Tell everybody that I did it." I call bullshit
Yep.
on this whole thing. Like, in the next movie, we learn he stops being Batman altogether. Bullshit right there.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
2, okay, even if he is, there's no way he stops trying to do what he was doing, even if the cops are after him. He spent the first couple years with the cops chasing him. Who cares if they're after him still?
Exactly.
Bullshit. 2, 3, 4, whatever. You want to call, just say the Joker did it.
Yeah.
Or blame it on somebody else.
Yep.
That's blame it on one of the corrupt cops or whatever. You're already lying to the public. What difference does it make?
Scarecrow. Anyone.
Yeah, blame it on somebody.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't need to be fucking Batman.
Nope.
But no, we want to get the, he's the hero we need kind of thing. As we get in dense Gordon's intense eulogy. And as the eulogy playing, Alfred burns the letter from Rachel because, fragile Bruce can't handle that.
Apparently.
And then Lucius destroys Deep State Batman's computers. And then we get, Batman's not, the hero. He's not a hero. He's a protector. He's a Dark Knight. End movie. We end with the title drop. And that was Dark Knight.
It was so good, man. Oh my god, TJ.
We always think the movie gets worse as we dissect it because that's just the nature of it.
Yes.
But it just kept getting worse.
It did.
And worse and worse the longer we kept going and going and going.
And it's sad because there's always so much the good visuals, audio, the great acting from some of these actors can pull. You can't fix a dumb. You can, I guess, to a point, but Jesus Christ, the dumb stupidity of the
script. Yeah, the problem is? I can tell you what the problem is right now.
What's the problem?
The script and screenplay was written by Jonathan and Christopher Nolan.
Yes.
That is the problem right there.
Exactly.
They needed someone else to look over this script and fix it. Because, my God, this is definitely an ego project in the work.
Always. Like, they need a script doctor. They need a Batman fan. Someone just with hey, this is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid. Fix these plot holes or motivations or whatever, and this movie will be leagues better. But no, like you said, brothers making a movie. The same pitfalls these brothers have with making movies. Bad characters with bad character motivations.
This is a bad movie.
It's exhausting.
It's a long, bad movie.
And it feels like 2 hours, 32 minutes. You feel every minute. You feel this, it's not, sometimes it's not enjoyable to sit here and watch that movie. But in a weird way for me, I still don't, hate it. It's not, the worst movie I've seen in this.
No, I'm not going to give it, a 3 or anything like that.
There's still redeeming things enough about this movie. Okay.
Like
the
I
biggest
said,
thing being Joker / Heath Ledger. If he wasn't...
Heath Ledger holds this movie up to an amazing degree.
Which is sad. That's so sad.
Which is completely noticeable.
Yes.
Because once the Joker's out of the movie, that last 15 minutes feels forever.
Yes, and that's always been a problem with that movie. The second Joker's caught, cool, movie over. No, we still have Harvey Dent's thing to do. These 15 minutes, it's a chore to get through. So who's rating this first?
You are.
Oh, I have to rate this movie first?
Yep.
Originally, it was a 7 out of 10, because I did see the faults in this movie, but sitting here talking throughout the faults, let's give you a 6 out of 10. Because I think it's still above average because of the acting and visuals and all that. Story itself, it's like a 3.5, maybe. But I think all the technicalities of this movie do boost up. Even the visual effects, like Harvey Dent's Two-Face face, it's great. It aged well, in my opinion. It's the characters are just badly written. The motivations, terrible. Maybe a 5. No, I'll give this a 5 out of 10. I'm going down to a 5 out of 10. Final rate. Because, man, this movie's stupid. What about you, TJ?
So I want to give it a 4.
Why?
Because of the 3 hours I just spent complaining about it.
Yes.
But I think the bad stuff counteracts the good stuff to make it an average movie.
Yes.
I think it's an average movie. It's not the movie everyone heralds it to be, not by a long shot. It's got way too many problems. The script is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's only held up by its acting and technical achievements.
Yes.
But everything else is nonsensical and crap.
Yeah. It's not a smart movie. It really isn't.
No, this might, talking through it, this might be the worst Batman.
Batman or Batman movie?
No, Batman. As in
Yes.
Batman.
Yes.
I'm even talking
Yes.
Batman and Robin
Yes.
Batman.
I'll agree. That's insulting.
Because
Bruce Wayne's not.
at least freaking George Clooney Batman freaking had a story arc.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least he was the focus of his own movie.
The fact that Bruce Wayne's whole motivation in this movie was a female character, like that's
Well,
like,
you know what? Speaking of Bruce Wayne, what was Bruce Wayne's story arc in this? He had nothing. There was barely any Bruce Wayne in this, right?
It was him being a playboy millionaire with the circus girls.
Yeah, he barely did anything in this movie. What?
That's another complaint. Hold on, he jumps off the boat to go on that plane in front of all those people part of that play. Not one of them's going to talk about what just happened.
Oh, when he's going to Hong Kong. Yeah, like no one's like, why are you getting on that shitty plane there? Where are you going?
Hey, old man Alfred, where's that guy going? Business trip. And then you read the news later, oh, Batman's in Hong Kong. No one in that boat's going to be like, wait a second.
Yeah, I can't. I can't give this movie more than a 5. No. I just can't. I mean, and I'm begrudgingly giving it a 5. I want to give it way worse than that because it deserves it, but it does some things well.
Yes, like the action pieces are phenomenal. The
oh, you know what? I didn't bring that up, but maybe it was just me. But anytime Batman was in a fist fight, he felt like he was in slow motion.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was because he can't move in that suit. Yeah, every time you see a Batman fight, 9 times out of 10, it's like he just can't move in the suit. So
I really noticed it. Right? Like it was like he was like. It felt like, okay, I gotta punch you here, I gotta throw you here. This. It felt very choreographed.
Yes, and you can see the guys he's fighting; they gotta hold off a little bit before they can attack him. Yeah, it's very noticeable. This movie is an okay movie. It's great for the background.
I mean,
2.5 hours, man.
It deserves credit for mainstreaming superhero comics and stuff like that, to making it seem like. Making it feel like making Hollywood see that superhero movies are a thing. It deserves it from a cultural impact point of view.
I think that's also detrimental to future superhero films because, at least on DC's side, they try to make shit grounded so hard because of the series.
What I mean,
so it's like
what I mean is that it revitalized the superhero genre in a way that other movies haven't. Yeah, however. It as a whole, it's like in its profits and stuff like that. But it's detrimental, as you said, in the fact that now every fucking Batman movie is The Dark Knight.
Yes,
and
exactly.
it's like this is stupid.
So like,
and Marvel proved you could do. Any kind of freaking superhero movie and it'd be successful. Yeah, but they keep going back to the same crap.
I hate it. This is why I get tired of the Batman, because like you said, after this point, it's all the same. That's why I kind of had a fond memory for Joel Schumacher, because at least it was colorful and different. Oh, that was still bad. I'm not going back and saying it's good. It's still bad. So yeah, this movie is just, it does what it does really well. It does what it does really bad. Like, and that's why it makes it right in the middle of the road. Just like, the stupidity of the script, like you said, is just so glaring if you even think about the movie for a second and the logic to it. But the visuals, this is why we watch it for movies, for the visuals. So that does save it.
Well, I'm not really a movie guy. I'm always in it for the story. And I know. So when you lose me in the story, a movie's visuals doesn't save it for me. You know what I mean? Yes. I can't look at a very pretty movie and say, this movie's terrible, but man, it looks good, because that's not enough for me. I never cared about it.
That's fair.
Care about visuals. Like, even in video games, I don't give a crap about graphics. If you got a story that's impelling, it doesn't matter what it looks like.
And that's always been you and my, like, one of our old arguments is like, you always argue, the good script can be ruined.
Yes.
A bad script can ruin a good movie and vice versa.
Yes,
And I've always argued.
I forget the argument. Yeah,
Same, but I've always argued.
but
Like, after seeing this, I'm swaying more to your side. Like, a bad script can take down good technicality. But overall, it's still a visual medium. That's why I do have to give it
right.
in that aspect.
But from a visual medium perspective, what can save a movie is its acting and how
Yes.
an actor portrays it.
Yes.
So, from a visual medium point of view, I think acting can save the movie. It's just it can't be reliant on one or two actors to do it.
Yes.
You need the entire cast to help these people. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree.
I'll give you Heath Ledger is given probably one of the best performances, maybe period, honestly. But Christian Nolan, what's his name? Christian Bale, maybe given one of his poorest.
Which is weird because he's not a bad actor.
No, I'm not saying he's a bad actor.
Yeah, which is
but him as Batman is super bad, and there's not enough of him as Bruce Wayne for him to redeem himself.
I think it falls again to the director because he gave him nothing to work with. Like, Batman's here doing this.
Yeah, I know, but I
feel like there's always so much.
But that doesn't. But that also, like, as an actor, you're supposed to make these roles feel better, and he doesn't do that with Batman.
Yeah.
So it's like you got a poor performance in one aspect and an amazing performance in another, and then everything else is kind of in the middle.
I want to like this movie, DJ.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't allow it.
I'm okay with this movie.
I'm not. I still think it's overhyped.
I'll agree with you. It's definitely.
I still don't think it's. I think I read somewhere it's like number 3 of greatest movies of all time.
No, not at all.
Bull f***ing shit. It's number 3.
Not even 3 in superhero movies.
No, of all time.
Even it's just a superhero movie aspect to be at least top 5, but not 3. Not even top 5.
It's not. No, I don't know. There is a lot of bad superhero movies before this, but the MCU has given us a lot of good movies.
Exactly.
And I would even argue even some of DC's more later films after Batman v Superman. Shazam. Like you go in Shazam and Aquaman and stuff like that. Wonder Woman. Yeah, I'll even argue that they're up there. I don't think I would even put this in my top 10.
I probably would. It'd be number 10, I think.
No, I just
maybe not. Man, the script was so bad.
And I guess I'm done ranting about it.
Yep, I'm done. Any Batman puns you want to say before we leave?
I did my Batman pun. He went clubbing.